Yeah, I was doing Dropkick Murphys.
I caught that.
It was St. Patty's Day one. Happy St. Gravy's Day, everybody. Ooh, it's St. Gravy's Day. No, it's St. Patrick's Day. It's St. Patrick's Day while we're recording this. I feel like it's weird that like we're gonna be doing like a St. Patrick's Day one now, but then like if you're listening on like Thursday or Friday, you're like, it's not St. Patrick's Day for me anymore.
Oh,
But,
as
like,
long
dude,
as you
Patrick's
keep
Day
drinking,
week,
it's St.
all
Patrick's
right?
Day.
St. Patrick's Day week. Again, Pat and I, for the second consecutive week, are wearing the same shirts. So shout out to us for being fashionable. Also,
Brand
shout
new.
out to Josh Tree and Bro Brad. I saw they were rocking their PTG Lucky AF shirts as well. So shout out to everybody in the Gravy Gang rocking their PTG St. Patty's Day merch. Robert, how are you celebrating Irish Cinco de Mayo?
Well, I thought I was wearing green until Pat pointed out it looks like the color blindness got me again. He fooled me.
Yeah.
Oh, silly color blindness.
People do continuously forget, and by people I mean Pat, that
always.
you are colorblind. And I have my AirPods in, not to brag, but I do have AirPods while you guys are plugged in and wired in. So I was filling my bucket up with beer, as I do every single week, with my fine Southern Star beverages. And as I was doing that, I could hear y'all having a conversation. He was like, well, why aren't you wearing green, Robert? And you just kind of paused, and I'm not wearing green. And I was like, oh no.
It took me a
like,
second.
I'm just going to have to pinch you up. And then like, you were like the color blindness. And he was just, you could tell Pat felt bad about it.
No, I guess I'm just more elevated than you, Alex. I just don't see color blindness. So, you know.
I mean, you obviously noticed that he could see. Oh, I guess you don't see. See, I didn't get that one. One too. See, so now I'm the idiot. Robert, now you have to be an idiot. Make me feel better.
I also don't see color. See, Pat doesn't see color blindness. I don't see color. So there we go.
Okay. No, but that is kind of like a good one where you can like just embarrass. You can kind of like just like embarrass. Like, yeah, I'm colorblind, idiot. That's like, you didn't see the light turn green. Like, I'm colorblind, you fuckface. It's like, it's like if somebody like made fun of you having like a lazy eye, and you're like, I actually lost my eye in the war, and I can't. This is a glass eye, so no. Yes, that is not going to make eye contact with you. It's like, ooh,
just don't explain.
Yeah, right. I'm just
the war of the uterus.
Get out of this. I'm just gonna walk off this cliff real fast because I don't know how to respond to this now. This is too much of a Michael Scott situation that I have found myself in. And
it's like when you're in junior high,
navigate that.
When you're in junior high and you tell your mom joke, and everyone would go, "Yeah, well, my mom's dead." Try and make you feel bad. So after a while, you just stop believing it, really hoping that one day you're not going to come across a kid with a dead mom, and really feel like a dick then.
You always do at some point, and it's never easy. It's
Nope.
never easy. Like, well, I'm just gonna double down on it.
No, you know what? You know what we haven't said yet? Happy Gravy Day. I don't think we officially said Happy Gravy Day yet. We just kind of trailed into this episode.
Happy Gravy Day, everyone. Episode 390 fucking 9. 399. Next week, episode 400. That's how numbers work. And we will be doing it live on Facebook and on our Twitch channel. So be sure to tune in on either of those two platforms. I'm not going to say a set time, but let's just go around 3. We're going to be going around 3 p.m. on the 24th.
Yeah.
Right.
3-ish.
Yep. That's my football math right there, Robert. I'm like touchdown plus whatever the date is today. Tight. 24. Nailed it. It's the worst when you're in like you're 28. You're like, all right, and the 35th. Nope, that's not a day. Not a day of a month. So yeah, March 24th, we're gonna have our 400th episode live on the internet, and you can tune in on our Facebook page or on our Twitch channel. Pass the Gravy Podcast on Facebook and Pass the Gravy Pod on our Twitch stream. You can interact with us. We'll be able to see your tweets and everything like that. Maybe we'll have a couple bonus like internet live answers questions if Robert will allow. I don't know. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be crazy. We're using a new software that I'm not 100% sure how to use perfectly. So that'll be fun to watch. And yeah, we're going to have ourselves a good old fashioned podcast, but on the internet, and it'll be live this time. So please join us for that. One thing I had for our pre-comeback kids segment, since it's St. Patty's Day, Mexican or Irish Cinco de Mayo. We think we did Mexican St. Patrick's Day was our Cinco de Mayo episode. So this is our Irish Cinco de Mayo celebration we're gonna have here. But what is like the best green thing? Like it's gotta be money, right? Money would have to be the best green thing.
Not all money's green though.
That's what I was also thinking. Like in America, it's green. Or Robert, what color did you think money was?
Just gray. Everything's gray, isn't it?
Okay, so yeah, everything's gray. Just when I said that, Emma just walked over there and was like, "Aw." It's a whole bet. It's a whole bet. I'm not just poking fun of him, but I am poking fun of him.
Best green thing in the world. Let me look around this room. The Green
Shirts.
Bay Packers.
Shirts.
Have you guys ever heard of Green Day?
That's a good one. Yeah, we could have done a mock draft of green things. We did
The
not
Hulk?
do a mock draft of green things.
Slimer from Ghostbusters.
That's Flubber.
No, Slimer's better.
But Flubber was cool too. He bounced really far.
Well, Flubber wasn't. Wait, what? No, yeah, wasn't Flubber sentient at some point in that movie? I don't know.
I
It's
don't
been a
fucking
long
know,
time.
though. What about Slime from Nickelodeon? That was always fun.
That's pretty cool.
That was
That's pretty
always
good.
enjoyable.
Grass.
Grass is
Both
cool.
kinds.
You know what we're talking about, everybody. You guys get it. You guys get what we're talking about. A little hot leaf, maybe. You know what I'm saying.
Basil.
Robert,
Basil's
what
pretty
else is your favorite green thing besides mint?
Mint.
That's green.
The Grinch. He's green. Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Right. I think that's just us listing green things.
There we go.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream, which for some reason a lot of people don't like. I mean, it's one of the best ice creams, undoubtedly.
You know who probably doesn't like it is Robert.
Communists.
No, I don't like it.
He's like,
Yeah.
I like raisin ice cream.
I like plain vanilla, and that's it.
But definitely not Bluebell vanilla.
Haters.
Specifically not Bluebell vanilla, but vanilla. Everything but Bluebell vanilla. And it's like, what, Robert? Why? Just ice. I like the ice that they scoop off sometimes when they get it out of the freezer. That's better than the actual ice cream.
If you're a teenager, Evan Williams Green Label, because it was cheaper than most other whiskeys, but it was still a bourbon.
Okay.
That's a pretty good green thing. I drank a lot of that back in the day.
Right.
It's terrible.
Not
now.
very good. Evan Williams in general is just not really good to me.
Whoa. Black Label, it's a solid drink.
I don't know if I've ever reached the
That's the glass
black
bottle.
level, but oh yeah, every plastic Evan Williams bottle is shit I see that I've had. Ugh.
It's bad.
That and Taka vodka, those are like I stay away from them now.
I mean, anytime there's green beer. Green beer is hard to
Green
beat.
beer
It's
is
festive.
tight, but then also like if you don't drink it right away, like then like they have to sell green beer at a discount after St. Patrick's Day because people are like, oh, I don't want to drink that old beer, and it's like, do you know how long beer normally is?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I will send it to this guy.
Yes, I will. Just keep on doing it. But usually it's like they are cheaper because they're like people think it's gross that you have green beer 2 weeks later. It's like, no, dude, like a lot of times we just don't go through a whole keg very often.
You don't have to drink 20 beers in one sitting. No, I'm trying to help the establishment.
So I want green beer. It's fine. I got more.
Pat, your mouth has been green for 2.5 weeks.
Shut up.
I'm helping.
Exactly. And every small part helps. So that one green beer you're drinking is helping somebody. I'll tell you that much. That was pretty
I think
much
that's
all I
enough
brought.
green things. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna name green stuff. The little icon that is on Robert's Zoom name is green. That's another one. So that was fun. Trees, cactuses, cacti. Okay, we're gonna stop.
Yeah.
What
We're
are the
gonna
green
stop.
things?
Yeah.
Just throughout the podcast, whenever you think of something green, just if we want to point out
Blurt
that
it
that
out.
is green, or if
This
you just think
jackets.
And this podcast is already lost. Let's move on to our comeback kids segment. Robert, you know the drill.
It's the comeback kid. The comeback kid of the week. The comeback kid of the week. Bitch.
Green screens.
Green Man.
Green Man. Which is, yeah. Well, I thought it'd be funny if like when I was like, Robert, you know the drill. He was like, what? I don't.
Oh, Robert is always ready to move on to the next segment.
Yeah, he's like, please, let's fucking speed this shit up. I didn't mention our fucking awesome mock draft we're doing this week. We punted. Next week, we're going to do the mock draft of most likable people. This week, because of March Madness, we're going to do a mock draft of numbers just because I thought this could get weird. Let's get weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of numbers. There's no specifications on it, so I'm pretty stoked for it. Our first comeback kid is, ironically, it's green, and just being Irish because people are wearing green today. I'm wearing green. Robert's not wearing green actually, so we would pinch you. We would pinch you. Everybody, pause it right now. Pause it. Screenshot and at Robert Barbosa. Let him know that's the version. Like, because basically when you're pausing it, you're kind of like pinching your phone. So, boom. Those are all virtual not punches, virtual pinches. And Robert, you're about to get a bunch of virtual pinches. Actually, that's like the real life poke if you think about it. Hitting pause, taking the screenshot is like a poke. I'm
gonna leave it the way where you could only see you or Pat. I'm not going to be on screen when you're saying that. That's how I'm going to leave it.
No, actually, a screenshot is a pinch anyways, because you have to pinch your phone.
Yeah, I'll probably make it look better.
Got him.
It's a weird pinch.
Sick burn. Ooh, that throw up emoji is green. The I feel sick emoji. While we're naming green things, we're just running.
Also, the one where the dollar sign is the tongue.
He's like,
this is gonna be fun all episode. We're just gonna keep. We should have planned.
This is more fun than a man with a bunch of gold bricks in a bank.
Yell something out every 5 minutes.
And Pat is his internet seems to be doing really great right now. So hopefully that doesn't give us any problems this episode. But yeah,
we're gonna do that with green.
And yeah, I don't know what's going on. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna.
I've been here. I gave you the thumbs up. I was just letting you talk.
Couldn't see it. Okay. So yeah, green is back. We're just gonna shout out green things the whole time. But really, this is just like any white person is like, I'm probably Irish. Like that's just like what St. Patrick's Day is, really.
I like potatoes, so I'm pretty sure that's genetic.
I drink beer. I make you some part Irish, if you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, everybody's Irish on St. Patty's Day. We welcome
Everybody is, but also my culture is not your costume. So
it definitely is.
Right, it is. But just something to think about. Be careful about it. Let's not go too crazy.
I was telling my dad this day, probably the last thing to try and be made politically correct in this world will be the Irish car bomb, because even though it stems from a
super problematic
terrorist attack, nobody's going to be like, that's just probably because the Irish are just always like, I don't give a shit.
Right.
I don't care. You can't offend the Irish. It's impossible.
Or they'll fight you, or they'll just be too drunk to remember or care.
Yeah. I don't care.
But
he just made fun of your culture. I mean, my entire culture's culinary experience is throwing shit in a pot and boiling it for 8 hours while we drink. We're not exactly the most high-strung people.
Just like Gordon Ramsay isn't an Irish.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. What's the only food you can think of when you think of the Irish? Corned beef and cabbage.
Potatoes.
Well, I mean, like as a dish. Corned beef and cabbage. That's it. And potatoes.
Potato?
And also, how do you cook a potato? You throw it in the oven for 14 fucking hours while you drink, and you take it out when you're hungry.
True. Or you mash it, or you drunkenly smash it, and then.
Well, no, that's how we came up with mashed potatoes. One time, a guy, he took it out of the oven with his bare hand. It was hot, and he dropped it, and he got pissed off, and he just started punching the potato. But he was still hungry, so he ate it, and it was like, this is actually pretty delicious. I mean, he had a little salt and
cheese on this
pepper.
and some bacon bits. I think
Little bit
we're
of
good.
Ooh, chives. Chives are green.
Yes, they are. Ooh, also green paint.
Oh, dude, I can already tell this is going to be one of my favorite episodes.
Green beans. Edamame beans.
Green eggs and ham.
Green eggs
But
and
not the
ham,
ham.
and green eggs, but then also green eggs and ham, the book. Although I believe the cover was mostly orange. There were green eggs on it.
Pretty much. I think on
Green
St. Patty's Day,
deals,
they
the green
dye
party.
the one of the rivers in Chicago. They dye it green.
Yeah. The Chicago River, I think is what it's called.
I can't wait until this continually goes the whole episode and people listen to this like this was the worst episode ever.
I
Next
hope
to
they're also
conspiracy
listening,
theories.
shouting out things.
Yes.
If you already said your green word and we get to it later, then you win a point. Let us know how many points you get. And also, I want everybody to keep tally. Just like, don't give us any context. Just give us a number. How many times you said a green word? We also said. All right, moving on. So we stopped talking about green things. Cleveland State is in the NCAA, Cleveland State. I think they're the Vikings of the Nordiques. Their colors are green and black. So that's also a thing, which brings us to our next comeback kid, and that is brackets. Also March Madness, because it's basically the same thing. Brackets are back. Everybody's got a bracket. Everybody's talking college basketball. Most people at least are talking college basketball. Robert doesn't give a shit about college basketball right now. But U of H is in the tournament. You got to care about that, right? You're a big U of H hoops guy.
Not too much, no.
Favorite U of H hoops player this year? Go.
I think I can name I think Quentin Grimes. He's in it. He's on the team. I don't know anybody
Sounds
else.
legit.
I don't know anybody else on the team.
Kelvin Sampson, head coach. Nailed it.
There you go.
That's funny because I don't think I can name one player in college basketball this year.
Luka
Not a
Garza.
single player. Oh, I mean, I've heard that. Could not have named it.
Yeah, I just know because he's also named Luca. So two guys that are really good at basketball are named Luca. If your name is Luca, I'm assuming you are good at basketball. Yeah, I'm not like a diehard college basketball fan. I kind of keep up with Sam Houston basketball, and by keep up with it, I mean I have the score updates on my phone so I can see how they're doing. Like I'll occasionally check the standings to see like who's good and whatnot. If it's on occasionally, I'll watch it. I do bet in a lot of the games, so like I'll pay attention to that. But I usually ramp up around conference tournament time, maybe a couple weeks before that, and then like now I'm like, all right, I'm zoned in on college basketball. But like Pat and I, no doubt, have been betting college basketball for a good 4 months now. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, you'll give me a game every so often. I'll throw it on there. Or if I saw Texas State was playing,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not very justified in like our like expertise. But like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Bucknell today. A good feeling about the Bucknellians or whatever the fuck their mascot is. Like, I'll just roll with them on a random fucking Tuesday. Like I went St. Mary's NIT betting today. No big deal, but just me following the NIT, it also makes me feel a little degenerate too. But yeah, brackets are back. Have you filled out any brackets, Pat?
No, I mean, I've said this before. Basketball really does nothing for me, especially now that Harden's not on the Rockets. I don't care. And college basketball really does nothing for me. Like, I don't care about that sport. I've probably watched. I do definitely hate the youth of America. I hate them all. Don't like any of them. Get them away from me.
All right, old man.
I'm a 93-year-old trapped in a 30-year-old's body. Well, by birth certificate 30, my body is probably more like 42. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't care. So like, I'm not even gonna fill out a bracket. I've heard Gonzaga is gonna win. I don't know. I don't care. Basketball sucks.
Well, not cool, Pat. But my early not cool Pat just hating fun. I mean, this is one of the most fun weekends of the year. Like, we have two of the most fun weekends of the year coming up, and it's like wall to wall, just sports. Like, it's fun.
Hockey.
You can just buy. It's like the World Cup, but it happens every year. And you're just like, tight. I don't have a country that I'm assigned to. I'm just gonna pick a team that's kind of local, or I like their jerseys, or maybe it's a school that I went to, like, and just ride it out. Like I enjoy that. Like you have the Cinderella stories all the time. That's cool. You get all like it's like tradition, but it's not tradition. But like this year, it's gonna be weird. And like last year, we didn't have it, which makes it like that much more special this year. I feel like. It's like you're the double champ if you win this year, because like I'm just going to credit them for winning it last year too.
Or is the team that won it 2
this
years
year?
ago? I think the
Virginia.
team that won it 2 years ago, is the double
Were they
champ.
back-to-back national champs?
Yeah, they get to because nobody unseated them the next year.
Because they got the and still reigning national champions.
They have they not been champion for 2 years?
Spot the lie. I cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot spot the lie in that.
That's why I'm a big Virginia college basketball fan, just a history of excellence.
How do you think they're going to do in the West region? I mean,
man. Dude,
so good. That opener against Ohio, also green, University of Ohio.
Hard zone defense. I think they play a zone. I know they play a lot of defense, and they score like 9 points a game.
Yeah.
But they hold the other team to 4 points a game. So it's really exciting basketball, Just fun. College basketball is so much fun with all the missed open jumpers.
Their head coach is named Tony Bennett, but it's not that Tony Bennett.
I mean, they should definitely warm up to Tony Bennett songs every week, though.
Well, I would assume they do. Yeah, dude, they got Ohio in the first round, dude. Like that could set up a match with the Gauchos from UC Santa Barbara or Cretan. Shit, dude. I mean, it looks like your Cavaliers might be marching on to the Sweet 16.
Yeah. Speaking of Gaucho, that's the name of one of the sauces at the restaurant. It's a garlic chimichurri. It's green.
Green. Oh, okay. Okay. Ironically, the Gauchos don't look to be green. But who is green in their region is Michigan State, Norfolk State, Oregon. And then the opposing bracket, Baylor is green for sure.
All right, so that's good for that right there.
Yeah, that's the South region right there. Just was pointing out some things. Just pointing out some green teams in the NCAA tournament. Pointing out some other things about U of H. Like if you like watching their basketball team, they look like they play for Old Spice. That's a fun thing about their jerseys.
I use Old Spice. That is the brand of deodorant that I like.
So maybe that's a reason you root for U of H. You're an Old Spice fan. Kind of looks like you're rooting for Old Spice.
This is the most ridiculous episode we've done in a long time, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah. I'm just honestly like my mind is just racing trying to think of green things. So I think green Jello. That's green.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm completely shutting it out of my head until something green pops in, and then I go, oh.
So, okay, before I don't want to actually I have on ESPN.com, I have created a Gravy Gang bracket group. Like you can download the tournament app. Don't point beers at our beers.
I didn't mean to. I was just going to show that it's green.
It's a green can.
But,
that out, Robert.
But I accidentally turned the logo towards it.
Blow that can out.
Sorry, guys. So it's just so everyone knows, early not cool. I had a family thing. I had to run out to Fredericksburg last night, so I didn't have time to grab any Southern Star because I was driving from like 11 till 2 a.m. So not cool me for not always having Southern Star in my fridge ready to go. I mean,
we understand that stuff happens. What is not cool is that you're just trying to just blatantly throw their logo out. Do like they used to do on Real World on MTV. Remember? And it was like if I had
just
a Nike shirt on, I had to have like a black piece of tape across it, or like they would like blur out the Doritos bag that they were eating, and it was like, dude, I can see it's Doritos. Like you can blur that fucking thing out anyways, but I can see the triangle D on the whole fucking bag. Like Taco Bell is Taco Bell, no matter. Like I know what the sign looks like, regardless of if it's blurred or not.
Well, Doritos actually ran that ad where it's like, we're not even going to say our own name. You know who the fuck we are. And I was like, I do, Doritos. That is a good ad.
And then it's like, at that point, it's like, why are you advertising then?
Because they're just they're literally just flexing on people. Like, don't even need to say it. Coke needs to say their Coke. Pepsi needs to say their Pepsi. You know what's up. Triangle. Chip.
Doritos.
Us.
Nailed it. Nailed it. I mean, I was friends off with Doritos for a while. You guys know that. We had the Branch Gravidians had to start out of us trying to mix the Cool Ranch and nacho cheese Doritos together. They wouldn't do it. HEB was gonna do it, and then they backed out. And then Lil Nas X started doing endorsements for Doritos. So obviously we had to forgive them for their wrongdoing.
We need to mash those together and bread some chicken with that. That would be fucking delicious.
You're the food guy. Figure that out.
All right. I'm on it.
Figure that out. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna have to ask you guys some food advice coming up later in the podcast, but we'll get to that a little bit. So I have a bracket group. It's called Gravy Gang. I will tweet it. It's tweeted out from the Pass the Gravy podcast account at Pass the Gravy Pod before I retweeted it as well. I put a bracket in there. I think Brandon and a couple other people put brackets in there. It's just Pass the Gravy podcast. And it looks like, Brett Brandon's in there. Carl Bassey is in there. Todd Voss is in there, and just some of the names I see. But
I'll do one for the Gravy Gang.
Yeah, it's just like there's no money in it or anything. It's just kind of like you can talk shit if you win the Gravy Gang bracket, or like me if you're like bracket sucks after the first weekend. You're just like I'm not even gonna check it.
Just remind me later and send me the link, and I'll get in there.
All right. So on my brackets, I filled out about 7 of them, and I have basically like 4 teams winning in all of them, and they're Gonzaga,
Illinois,
Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois, and I didn't pick Baylor. I picked UT in one of them, and but like Gonzaga, I think won half of them, and then I had Michigan and Illinois winning the rest, and then I had a couple with Ohio State maybe. I think Ohio State is definitely in one. So those are the teams that I pretty much have heard are like good, because usually it's like a bunch of teams get upset and everything, but like there's like 5 or 6 good teams this year from what I've heard. So it's like those are the good teams. I'll roll with them.
You got a 12 upsetting a 5 in everyone?
Yes.
You got to have the 12 upsetting the 5 in every time.
Dude,
every time.
Every year. 34 out of the last 35 seasons, 12 is upset 5. And a 14 seed is also advanced in 3 of the last 4 seasons as well. And that's everybody on Twitter right now trying to tell you that stuff. But I actually will take all of that advice. I want to say there was one bracket where I usually just do like an absolute chaos bracket where it's like all the 12s win, 2 of the 11s win, all the 9s win. And like, then it's just like, fuck it. We're going to have a weird looking Sweet 16. And then I just like, I don't care. So then whoever's the best team left of those, I'm like, you win. So
then it's
I don't know.
shock. It's all shock from then on out.
Then, after that, it's all 1 seeds. I remember one year I did get all Final Four, and it was the one year, like, I don't know if it's happened again, but I was in college, I remember, and they had all 4 1 seeds made it to the Final Four. And I was like, yes, I did it. And everybody's like, yeah, and you picked one. Yeah, you picked all chalk. No shit, Sherlock. Like, you and a million other people picked the Final Four correctly. Idiot. Well,
you and 850,000 other people on Yahoo have the same Final Four bracket.
Like, but that is kind of crazy that like every year there's one person that's like, they had an absolute perfect bracket, and it was like some guy that doesn't give a shit about college basketball, just did it for like a company pool, and they're like, he didn't miss a game. And it's like, I would talk so much shit. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, 60 games have been played and I have nailed all of them. But it's never a gambler. It's never a gambler. It's like somebody that like doesn't appreciate it like they should.
It's just someone in an office pool. Dickheads.
But regardless, March Madness is back. Brackets are back. You're also going to hear the term, man, my bracket's busted. I guess everybody's not really in the office as much as they used to be, but like that was like one of my least favorite things. Like, oh, there goes my bracket. It's like, shut the fuck up, Steve. Nobody cares about your fucking bracket, dude. It's like your fantasy football team. I don't care.
I think people care more about fantasy football teams than they do about other people's brackets.
I would argue the opposite.
I don't understand how can you like March Madness so much, but not like hearing about other people's brackets.
Well, you can talk about the game, but like me, I don't give 2 shits that like one of your 8 brackets is doing well.
I don't know. I feel like this is a little hypocritical because you were just talking about your
definitely
brackets.
hypocritical.
No, it's not at all.
No,
it's the exact
part of
same
this
as
show
liking
is
football.
us doing the exact opposite of what I say not to do. Do as I say, not as I do.
There is a whole bunch of bracket talk around this time because like it's not even just basketball because everyone wants to get on the whole bracket thing. So like, oh, here's a movie bracket, here's a superhero bracket, here's this other bracket. So it does get a little like little overwhelming. So I can understand being like, I don't want to hear about another bracket.
Yeah, I mean,
What if-
people that want to talk about brackets find other people to talk about brackets with, but most people don't care. Like you want to see your bracket do well. You don't care about anybody. It's like kids. You like your kids. You don't give a shit about anybody else's kids.
You may like some other kids. You may think some other
there's some
kids are
kids,
okay.
like, yeah, your
Like,
best
I don't
friend.
really give a fuck.
You'll listen to
yeah.
his bracket. But like if fucking Steve from The Office brings his kids to work, you're like, why the fuck are these little assholes running around and making noise? I'm trying to get work done here.
Yeah, you're just like,
I
shut
also-
up! Tell him to shut up!
Now-
Hey, get him out of my office!
Now, God forbid if Steve's little brat runs up to you and goes, "Do you want to see my bracket?" You'll kick that kid through a fucking wall.
Right. Or you'll go along with it and be like, yeah, sure, ha ha ha. And then you'll fucking leave and be like, fucking Steve's kid just put me through the dumbest fucking discussion ever. I hated it. But it's basically, yeah, exactly like what Pat just said.
Yeah, brackets are like kids. You're always picking your favorite.
You really are. And what I want to do, just because people don't care about brackets, is I now want to make 64 brackets, and I will make a bracket of my own brackets that then I go through as the tournament progresses and I'll see which bracket is better in all of those instances.
So, like, a 1 seed would be the NCAA tournament bracket going up against a 16 seed of cooking shows brackets.
No,
like a bracket of cooking shows.
I'm talking about I will do 64 NCAA tournament brackets. And then I will put my own brackets in their own bracket and see which wins.
See, I thought you were saying you wanted to do a bracket of different kinds of brackets.
I think that seems like it's probably been done. But
which also,
let's start working on that too.
The more you say the word bracket, the weirder that word sounds.
It's a fun word though.
But it's a weird sounding, like, who the fuck came up with bracket?
Bracket. Yeah.
That word sounds absurd when you think about it. Like, oh, what is it called when you put things against each other and then like you make a tournament out of it? Bracket. Like, did you just vomit? What the hell?
Well, you know what? It's actually a Latin word. The term "bra" comes from the word "brasire" in Latin, which is the language I was just talking about, and that means to hold. And as you see, the bracket holds the participants in said bracket, and the word "ket" in Latin actually is like it comes off of the word "racket." And that's what a basketball sounds like when it hits off of a rim. So it's something holding a basketball team. That's what bracket means.
You are lying.
You really let me go through the whole thing though. So I'm honestly shocked with that. But brackets,
I mean, you were on a roll.
Brackets are back. Brackets are back this week, guys. Chili's is also back. You guys know I love me some Chili's. I am known.
Chili's are green. Lots of chilies are green.
They do have green
Poblano,
roots sometimes.
Serrano, Hatch, jalapenos are green.
Part of the Chili's logo is green.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. So the restaurant Chili's is back. Guacamole, green. Also avocados.
Peter Griffin's pants.
Avocados. Those are green as well. Yep. Greens on the golf course, as well as the fairway.
Oh, I thought you meant like collard greens.
Also collard greens and Brussels sprouts while we're at it, and broccoli. So Chili's is back. I am the Cal Ripken of crawfish, but I feel like last week I was the Cal Ripken of Chili's too. Like
Chili's is your side chick.
I had Chili's. Well, crawfish, I don't go to a specific crawfish place. I just eat crawfish.
No, the
Chili's.
Crawfish, the food is your main. Chili's is your side chick.
Well, really, because when you go to Chili's, there's only one acceptable order to get, and it's the triple dipper, the trip dip.
Oh, I was gonna say
a Presidente
McDouble
or a dent. Not even served there.
Chicken waffles.
The spinach salad.
Stuffed crust.
Spinach also green. It's the triple dipper, which gives you your choice of 3 of their amazing appetizers that you get to have all by yourself. It's amazing, and I love it. I had the triple dipper 3 times last week, and I was just like, I'm just gonna start documenting whenever I ate Chili's, and they gave me a fucking gift card to their restaurant because I was tweeting about it. It was pretty
So
sick.
privileged.
It was pretty sick. Well, if you tweet any restaurant long enough, then they might give you a gift card.
Hello, Hooters.
How much was it worth?
It was like $50, 50 or 25. Hold on.
So, how many triple dippers is that? How many trip dips?
How many trip dips? It's at least one. I think it's about 2 trip dips if I'm not drinking. Fuck, it's
That's what I'm saying. How much? How
I
much?
really thought it was 50.
How much is the trip dip?
I think
Is
it's
it closer
like,
to 12 or closer to 20? Like $18.99 maybe?
closer to like 12. I would say it's like closer to like 12. So it's like,
So
that's
you can
about
get 2 trip
$24.
dips.
That's 2 trip dips, which would have been nice if they had given me like the 50. I could have got trip
Before
dips.
tip.
Before tip on the trip dip. You always got a tip when you get the trip dip. Unless you got a flip.
Something crip.
Bloods in the Crips. They all get the trip
Bloods
dips.
in the Crips still love the trip dip.
And Lil Flip. There? That wasn't good? No?
Oh, that was great.
But yeah, like you've not had the trip dips. I've talked just about how it's like Chili's got a lot of shit. I feel like it's not Applebee's. Applebee's fucking don't even talk to me about Applebee's and compare it to Chili's. Chili's is miles and bounds above it. But Chili's, shout out to them for being tight. And like if they wanted to sponsor the podcast, like
Bennigan's is green.
Bennigan's, but they are not as good as Chili's.
I don't know. I just made me think of Bennigan's.
Bennigan's is green.
So if I went in there, does it have to be 3 different ones, or can I just go give me 3, just all wings? I just want wings.
You see,
but I want as my trip dip.
I should try this, but I always like all of their food, man. I want to mix it up. But
Well,
like,
I'm trying
if
to
you
keep it
really
keto.
want, right? If you really wanted to go ham on it, you could just get the Big Mouth bites, which are basically 2 sliders. So you would have 6 sliders, which is pretty much a burger. I don't think you can do the same because that'd be a sucker move. And Chili's moves.
See, here's the thing. I think they would probably allow it, but like most people won't, because if you're gonna get wings, you would just order whatever the wings are. But no, I want a couple mozzarella sticks. I want a couple potato bites, and I want a couple wings. I don't want it as the whole meal, but I want to dip a little bit of everything,
The way you got to go is you get Big Mouth bites. That's just a given. You have to get the Big Mouth bites. Those are the sliders. That's like half of the meal right there anyways. Then I always go boneless buffalo wings because you get 1 or 2 more depending on the Chili's you're at.
You get chicken nuggets.
Right, but you call them the boneless buffalo wings because they think they only give you 3 of the wings. If you get the bone-in ones, there is more meat in the boneless. You're getting it at a deal anyways, so you can get 5 to 6 of the boneless buffalo wings. A little Chili's hack for you right there. Chili's, I love you. I'm not trying to screw you over, but just I do the math. Then the honey chipotle chicken crispers are awesome. Get the honey mustard sauce to dip it in. That's nice too. If you're feeling a little like you want something a little lighter, the Awesome Blossom petals. Go with the Awesome Blossom petals. The Awesome Blossom is no longer a thing, but the Awesome Blossom petals are just nice little chips that you don't even have to peel off of the Awesome Blossom because sometimes you peel too much. This gives you a nice option to just dip it into their spicy avocado sauce. It's amazing. And Chili's, come with the quadruple dip.
Now you're just talking crazy.
I would be. Now you're just talking crazy. Dip. That's what Brett Brandon at Price of His EJ was tweeting, and he said that Alex, when he gets his STEMI check, I take my $1,400 to Chili's. Like, I'll take the quadruple dipper, please, with a side of with a bag of Presidente margaritas.
It's also Verde. That's great.
That is Tessa from the Rod Ryan show and myself. We had to go. Actually, we were with Robert. We went to a water park last week, did a little ropes course, shot some archery. No big deal. We're pretty good at ropes courses. At least I am. I'm pretty sick at a ropes course.
Robin Hood's outfit was green.
Robert, the tent top at the ropes course we were on was green. But Robert did this fight.
I can't stop now.
Robert was filming me and Tessa for a video. And he actually, just for his personal keeping, Robert, there was no video of it. But,
creepy.
No, but he was filming us for work, and like it's like one of those things you have to take your little carabiner, you slide it on the thing, and then like at a certain point, like you can't turn back until you complete that level of the course. And Robert thought there was like a catwalk that like you could just go to and be like, okay, cool, I'll get some sick shots. So he takes his camera up there. And the other girl we were with was even like, you gonna take your camera up there? He's like, yeah, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, I gotta get the shots.
We go up this like the stairs part to start the course, and Robert, you can see him like looking around, and I was like, you immediately regret this decision, not you. And he was like, yes. like Robert was very defeated at a certain point, and like he didn't suck at it or anything, but you could just tell he didn't want to be there. And then like you ended up having to do a part of a ropes course that like you didn't sign up for.
So he basically looked exactly what he looks like every episode that we filmed this.
Because I thought there was
More
a catwalk where like an employee thing that you could use. You don't have to go do the course, but because I had my camera with me, I had to do the course. I had to do exactly what Alex and Tessa was doing while holding like a really heavy camera at the same time, trying to keep my balance.
With using one hand to like pull yourself.
It was fun, but not fun at the same time.
But then we got to see baby goats and little baby alligators and like a 60-year-old tortoise. It was crazy. Big Rivers Water Park. That was pretty dope stuff. We gotta get drunk and go one day. Maybe not drunk. To the water park part. We probably should do the ropes course drunk. But yeah,
definitely not.
But on our way there, we were gonna go to Chick-fil-A, and as we were turning around to go to the Chick-fil-A, I saw Chili's. I was like, Chili's. Let's go to Chili's. And then like that was Chili's #1 that week. Then I
how did your parents not stop having children after you? You know what I think?
They might have one good one.
No, they had you, and you were so annoying. They're like, we've got to have another one to take up the attention of this one.
Or maybe like maybe we'll have one that's like good at stuff.
Yeah, well, that too, obviously. But also, they just needed your brother to take up your attention, so you didn't give it all to them.
That too.
Yeah.
You couldn't handle my undivided attention.
Nobody can. Like
nobody could.
Emma's a fucking saint.
Our next comeback kid is also food related. And it is ravioli, and I said it was a joke. I'm getting scolded. So ravioli is back. I was shout out Southern Star Brewing Company. Went out to their 13th anniversary party on Saturday. I am the Cal Ripken of crawfish. This week was number 60, week number 60 straight of eating crawfish. Insane record that the haters are just they're crickets now. Like they're not even talking. They thought, oh, maybe a freeze is gonna fix it. Maybe a pandemic's gonna end it. Fuck you, dude. Not happening. I'm going 2 years now. But first time ever, Ladybug's Crawfish was a little like crawfish trailer that had pulled up there, and I want to say the third best crawfish I've had in the streak. As I pull up my crawfish rankings that I have given out, I give everyone a grade. They got a 7.7, giving them third place on the list. 8.8 is the best that I've had in this streak. So 7.7 is pretty solid. They had some bomb ass crawfish, but what they had in it, like I was like, okay. Yeah, can I get 2 pounds of crawfish? And she was like, all right, well, what else do you want in there? And I was like, all right, like the corns and potatoes. She was like, and do you want the ravioli? And I was like, again with the crawfish? And she was like, yeah. I was like, absolutely, I do. Yes. Like,
this is a thing that I was aware was a thing. I knew about that.
I was not aware of this. So I was like, absolutely, let's try this. Whoa, dude. Like, wow. I always talk about how like mushrooms are awesome in crawfish because like they soak up the boil. Like imagine a mushroom filled with cheese. A mushroom filled with cheese. It's just like spicy cheese. It's a fucking amazing. It was amazing. Maybe after mushrooms, ravioli is my like new favorite side with the crawfish. Like throw it in there with it. Like, and it's like a brilliant idea. It's just like, fuck it. We got some ravioli. Let's just throw it in on top. See how it goes. It goes.
Corn and potatoes is great. Sausage is the best.
Sausage, hear me out on the sausage. Sausage is filling sometimes. I can't eat as much crawfish if I'm eating sausage too. But then a little ravioli is nice.
I mean, I'm fat. That's not really a problem for me.
That's true.
There's a bomb!
I think
Sorry,
I would power rank. It's St. Patty's Day happens.
My brother's bringing me an Irish car bomb to do right now.
Do it. Andrew has to
Cheers.
do it on camera.
Oh, Andrew, you gotta lean into the camera. He says. Roast.
It's Slante.
I was about to say I should have. Cheers, boys. I should have said schlanster,
Cheers.
not roast.
Slant.
My brain went on autopilot. Yeah, you guys are gonna enjoy what my brother just looked like right there, because all the stories I've told about him of not having a bank account and not trusting the government, and he walks in wearing a fucking American flag bandana like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Well, some people would say he looks like a patriot.
And that's not like he wasn't dressed up. No, that's just like he wears that bandana.
It's just he had no
He's a
shirt. He had a
bandana
buffalo
guy.
hat over that too. He had his face painted red and blue.
Yeah, you know, come to think of it, he did take a trip to the East Coast recently.
In early January.
Sometime around that, yeah.
Was it like the 4th or 5th? I think is when he flew out. He didn't get back to the.
He wasn't
7th.
he wasn't actually there, but I feel like he was there in spirit.
In spirit.
All right, let's get back on track.
Dude, I would power rank like crawfish sides, obviously not including the crawfish. I think I would go. Now I would go mushroom ravioli, corn, sausage, potato.
I would go sausage, mushroom. No. Ooh, is pineapple 1 or 2 on this? So I'd probably go sausage, pineapple, mushroom, corn, potato. And I love corn and potatoes. Like, that's not a slight on them at all. It's
I think
just,
potatoes are a little overrated. I always give Emma my potatoes.
that's why I don't really ever eat the potatoes, because, as you said, the potatoes are what might fill me up a lot. I do, like,
that's
I'll
another
always
reason. I'm
get
like
one.
about efficiency and business, and there's nothing worse than when you eat all the potatoes, you eat the sausage, and then you're getting down to the end of the crawfish, and you still have like you got a nice little like mound of crawfish left. You're like, I'm not gonna get to this. Damn it.
No,
And then I always feel like I let
pineapple.
myself down.
If you haven't done it, I know I've gone off on this many times. You take circles of pineapple, the end of the boil, and you drop those bitches in there. And so then when you pour it out on the table, you've got these warm, spicy, sweet pineapple. Oh, guys, I'm telling you. Have you still never had the pineapple, Alex?
I have not yet. Send me a place that has the pineapple, and I'm in.
I don't know of any places that do it. It's just a thing that my dad's buddy. So like, I'm gonna have it April 14th. I'm coming back up to Fredericksburg. We're doing it's not really a charity boil, but for one of the wineries up here, my dad and his friends are doing a crawfish boil for all the employees. But they're doing it for the employees. So obviously, I was drafted into service. Thank you for my service.
Thank you for your
and so, and also now I have to like steal some equipment from the restaurant, like burners and shit. But yeah, so I'm gonna have pineapple in there, and I'm gonna just send you pictures of me housing crawfish, which I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to eat it right away because it's for the employees, but I'm going to.
Yeah, like if you make it, you gotta sample it a little bit.
You know, this God, let's just keep going off track. Fuck it. This is the episode.
Like,
this is what it is.
We're talking about crawfish for technically.
So, you know what the most depressing thing about crawfish is? I don't know if you ever do, like when you go to a crawfish boil, then afterwards you just have all the leftover crawfish. So then you just sit there and you just take all the meat out, and you're just sitting there when you're done eating and taking the meat out of all the shells and everything, and you put it all in a bowl to like make an etouffee or something later on.
Right.
And at the end of when you're done doing all that, you look at the pile of how much crawfish you just did and the amount of meat that's in there, and you're just like,
yeah.
Oh.
That's why it's like when you're like, oh, dude, I just crushed 5 pounds of crawfish. I'm like, yeah, sorta.
So
like
that was
5 pounds
like
of crawfish also weighed with like
that's probably
the
like shells
a pound and corn, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's like that also makes you be like, whoever was eating crawfish was fucking hungry as shit when they first like ate a crawfish.
I was supposed to be eating crawfish today, but family shit.
Right. So yeah, raviolis are back, and then our next comeback kid.
I gotta try that, dude. That sounds actually like super. I know I didn't say that, but like
Emma was saying it was a little spicy for her, but Emma's not big on spicy stuff.
What kind of
it was?
Was it a meat and cheese ravioli or just like a cheese ravioli?
It's just a cheese ravioli. I don't know what kind of cheese because it was soaked up a bunch of the other stuff, but it seemed like it was like a spicy cheese. But maybe it was just spicy because
Well,
of the boil.
it's probably spicy because it was. Yeah, that's 100% what it was.
But it was.
I honestly don't think there's such a thing as spicy raviolis.
Right. I didn't either, so I was assuming that was what it was. But it was delightful.
You know what? Next time, let's do a boil. Let's pop some empanadas in there too. Just see what happens.
Just literally throw anything in there. Throw some spaghetti in it. Fuck it.
That's the one where you lost me.
I don't know. I think it'll help fill you up. You can make more.
Picking stray noodles off the table, like
It's perfect, dude. All right, next comeback kid is the Boston Red Sox and LeBron James. He is following in my footsteps. I was the part owner of an XFL franchise. He wanted to get on the part owner game, and he now is a part owner of the Red Sox. Pat, you are a Red Sox fan wearing a Red Sox hat. Thoughts on the devil owning your team?
Nope. Like you can't famously
he's not the devil, but like I can rag on him.
He's famously a Yankees fan. Like he wore Yankees shit in Cleveland when there was a Yankees versus Indians season or like series going on. And I get why he did it. I get why both sides did it. It's a smart financial move. He didn't just buy into the Red Sox. He bought into the Fenway Sports Group, which also owns a part of Arsenal and like all these other things. Liverpool, sorry. And
Liverpool.
So it makes sense for him to do it because, you know, it's very like high-end sports franchises that even when they're bad, don't lose money. It makes sense for them because he gave them $750 million.
Why did you buy a WNBA team, huh? Makes you wonder.
Because he doesn't care.
It's like, wow. Why not a Chinese basketball team?
I don't like having anybody that will put up with genocide because it or not speak up against genocide because it might hurt his pocketbook. Being a part owner of a team
I'm a big anti-genocide guy.
Yeah. I mean,
we're a big anti-genocide podcast in general, I feel like. I don't want to go out on a limb, but hey, let's stop. If you're for genocide, this ain't the podcast for you guys or gals.
I know I'm not the nicest, most empathetic person in the world. But when it comes to genocide of a religious group,
that's
in a country,
where Pat draws his line.
And you famously like to use your platform to speak up for social justice. And this is going on. Everyone knows it's going on. The GM of a team, you know, not going to say who, Daryl Morey when he was with the Houston Rockets, speaks up against it. And you go, well, guys, this is a complex issue. Because you have a vested interest in making a lot of money in China. It's really not, LeBron. They're putting Muslims in concentration camps. I don't ever I'm not one of these people that says, dude, just shut up and dribble. You're a basketball player. I don't give a shit if you use your fucking platform for wherever the fuck you want to use it for. But when your main thing is speaking up for social justice, and then all of a sudden you just want to go, yeah, not this one though. I make money in that country. Fuck this guy. Fuck him being a part of a team that I love. Fuck him extra because he's has famously been a fucking fan of the Yankees. Cannot put enough fucks in this sentence. I hate LeBron James. Not happy.
Denounce the Red Sox, please. Because everything, obviously, you just said LeBron stands for would mean that now the Red Sox and obviously Liverpool stand for that. Not a great look as a Red Sox fan.
No, he doesn't speak for the team. He's a part owner.
Part governor, actually. Aren't the board of governors now is what
no, that's not
the
baseball.
NBA.
That's NBA.
Right, but kind of like problematic if he was not okay with that, but he's okay calling himself that as a part word of the Red Sox now.
I mean, there's a lot of problematic things about LeBron.
And if you think about it, it's actually the perfect team because like communism, the Red Sox. Now maybe we need to look more into that name.
No, but that's just our socks. If we were going with that, then he would have bought
the socks are red. Just imagine the rest of them.
Yeah, he would have bought the Cincinnati Reds. I mean, they're the Reds.
Well, I mean that we don't know that he wasn't in discussions with that. Maybe the Reds were just not fans of his politics. And the Red Sox were like, come on over. Also, insert joke about the Yankees still own the Red Sox because LeBron did that. I forgot to mention that one. I've seen it on Twitter a bunch this week or since that happened. So in the last 24 hours.
Haven't the Sox won a series more recently though? Yankees
Right?
last one was in like 2010.
I'm quoting people's Twitter jokes. Where it's like, haha, looks like the Yankees still own them. Get it?
Yeah, I hate it because I don't like LeBron.
Disavow the Red Sox, please.
No.
So Pat supports communism. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Moving on in this podcast.
Do you want to play this game? Aroldis Chapman? You want to play this game?
We're moving on. I disavow Aroldis Chapman.
Do you disavow the Yankees because they support him by continuing to pay him a paycheck?
I support my team, but he's not an owner of the team.
But the team actually continues to pay him, even though they know he likes to beat women.
Do you want to keep going? Alex Cora ruined the game of baseball, and you brought him back. You brought him back to cheat some more.
Oh, you mean Alex Cora, who learned all that from Carlos Beltran, who came from the Yankees?
But that was not on the Yankees when he learned it. So boom goes down.
He went directly from the Yankees to the Astros.
Look, my team doesn't have. My favorite baseball team does not have red in it and didn't just get bought by a communist. So you're good. Or I'm good. You're not good. All right. Moving on. We don't know enough about communism to be fucking talking about communism such as we are.
See, here's the thing about communism. What you need to understand about communism.
Debate me.
LeBron James is too much of a coward to debate me because he supports communism and Mao Zedong.
All right. Our final comeback kid this week is camping. I, guys, am going to be going camping this weekend. I am going camping. I think the last time I went camping was when I was in Boy Scouts, and it was at the time that I quit. And it was supposed to be like a Boy Scout trip. And then we were all hanging out in our Scoutmaster's backyard. Like it was like the dads and the sons and everything. And he was like, you know what? Why don't we just do it in the backyard? That'll be easier. And my dad was just kind of like, what? Like, I remember like now, like I didn't put it all together when I was younger, but like looking back, my dad was just like, what the fuck? Like, okay. Like his actions now, like I can read. I'm like, oh, okay. He was frustrated. And he was like, we're going to go to like this park. You're going to camp in this park. And then we ended up camping in his backyard. And then like, they like went and like cooked in the kitchen some shit, and then we just roasted marshmallows and shit. So it was like a fucking half-ass camping thing. And I get it, we were like kids, so he was trying to make it easier. But then my dad was like, it was like cold, we were all outside, and then at the end of the night, he's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed. And he walked inside his house, and me and all the other dads just like, well, fuck, okay. And I remember like the sun had just come up. My dad was like, Alex, it's time to go.
This is literally an episode of King of the Hill.
Is it really?
Yes,
I swear to God,
this is an exact episode of King of the
Hill.
In
the camper, the guy's backyard. Like Chris Frawley was my fucking scout leader. Shout out Chris Frawley, you fucking fake ass camp leader. I don't know, maybe he's like the best Boy Scout leader ever now, but that wasn't his brightest moment. And I remember my dad was like, I'd been like, I hated the fucking knot part. Like I wasn't doing the knots, and I was kind of like pissed off with Boy Scouts already. And he was like, you know, if you don't want to be part of that troop, you don't have to be part of that troop. And I was like, okay. I was sure to be like, my dad really didn't like that camping trip. And I was like, yeah, because he was just like, fuck this, we're done with that. And that was the last time I went camping. I lived in Atlanta. Like I haven't lived in Atlanta since like second grade. So that was the last time I went camping. Now I'm going camping with some boys, some of the fellas. It was for my friend's birthday. And I was not a camper, but I'm game. I'm game to go camping. I don't know what to do. So I was like, what do I buy? And they're like, do you have a sleeping bag? I was like, I do have a sleeping bag. And it was at my parents' house. So I just ordered a sleeping bag on Amazon. And so now I have 2 sleeping bags, but one that's at my house. I have a cooler now. I have some lights, and I have a jacket is what I was told to bring. And then I talked to my other friend who I was like, so like, what's the food situation? Like, he's like, you know, I'm hoping we can just catch our food. Like we can just catch some fish and eat that. And I was like, all right, I'm probably going to bring some food. Maybe some, you know, just some beef jerky type stuff, something that I don't have to cook. That like, you know, the plan to live on fish for a weekend doesn't go through. I just thought maybe I have a backup plan. I'm hoping that he was going to have a backup plan too, but just I was like, I'm probably not going to just rely on us catching fish because I am not necessarily a hunter or a big like I'm not like one of those guys going to go out in the wilderness and just succeed. So I'm going to just bring some beef jerky. Hopefully I'll be able to get some signal and watch March Madness. And I'm going to drink a lot. I'm going to hang with the boys and have a good time.
I'm just picturing everyone trying to fish, and Alex is watching the game on his phone. Yes, fucking 3, let's go! And they all just looking at you like you just scared every fish in a 1 mile.
Oh no, I don't want to be that guy. I'm very good at like blending in. Like if you just cool with me, like I'll watch it on the phone, I'll chill. Maybe the silent like fist pump, like yes, like that. But like I'm a team player. I'll chill. I'll just be the guy drinking. They're like, oh, you guys need any worms? I got a worm. As I'm digging, I'll just dig into the dirt. I'll find my worms. Maybe I'll go. That'll be a big alpha move. I just show up with a bunch of worms. I'm like, just dug these up on my way up, boys. Pulled over at the side of the road, dug these up, and they're like, okay, Alex maybe knows a few things. They'll see right through that.
It's the sour worm.
That's what I was gonna say.
What? Fish don't love these? They're colorful. This is red and blue. What do you mean this is gonna stick out more than the brown one?
What do you mean fish love sugar? It's well known.
Everybody knows that, dude. What are you talking about?
They hate cinnamon.
Does anybody have any camping advice for me? I'm going to be staying in a tent that will fit 8 people. I was guaranteed a spot in the tent, so I did not go get my own tent. Like, I'm probably not bringing fire equipment. Like, I don't make fucking fire. Like, somebody else is going to be in charge of that, I would assume.
Maybe bring a lighter just in case.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been.
In case I get lost.
I've never been camping because my parents don't hate me. So
my parents don't hate me either. That's why I've never been camping, really.
Yeah. Also, any friend.
The last time I went camping, my dad basically said, "Fuck camping," and that was the end of it.
A friend that brings you camping is a friend that you don't need.
But they're good. They're good friends. It's just what, and it's like like if Robert was into going to an art exhibit and like Robert's like, oh, there's a Van Gogh exhibit at the museum this weekend. I really want to go to that. I could be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go watch football. And Robert's like, this is dumb that Alex and Pat spend 20 weeks of the year sitting in front of their TV on Sunday, just mindlessly watching football. And we're like, no, it's not, because I like it. And like we could be like, Robert, Van Gogh is dumb. And he's like, no, I appreciate the art. Like, I don't care if you're into camping. They're just into like roughing it and being part of the land and being one with nature and shit like that. And I'm like, well, I want to play Call of Duty with my friends.
Let me explain the difference to you on that. You said, what are you going for? A friend's birthday or just a boys' weekend? Okay, so
it's a birthday / boys. It's kind of both.
So yeah, but it's your buddy's birthday, and he knows it's gonna be a boys' weekend with it. But because it's his birthday, he chooses what you're doing. And he goes, we're going camping. That's a dick friend. You know why? Because if Robert says for his birthday, we're hanging out as boys, I want to go to the museum. There's not mosquitoes in the museum. You don't have to catch your own food in the museum. You don't have to sleep outside the museum. All of that shit applies to camping. Bears could eat you.
Right. Do I need to be aware of bears? That was another question I had. I've heard that bears in camp doesn't always work out.
That's what you should bring. 2 big jars of salt and just make a salt ring around the tent. That's the word I'm looking for.
Not
tent.
Ghosts.
Yeah. Also, I don't know, but I assume that ants can't crawl over sand too. I'm gonna assume that ants can't get past salt. I don't know why. I assume like if they stepped on salt, it would dehydrate their entire body immediately.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like they might be.
That's another thing. I didn't even say that before. Ants.
Right.
Now,
right. I mean, I've definitely thought about that.
When you want to go camping with your buddies, you say 2 specific buddies. Do you want to go camping? Do you want to go camp? And the people that want to go camping, you take them camping. You don't take a group activity and
wasn't forced.
Let's make it camping.
I chose to go on this. I was invited. I was like, I'm usually not the camping invite guy. Like, I don't ever really get that invite. So I was like, fuck, okay, I'll go.
I don't care. I was
kind of like honored to get invited a little bit, where it's like, they don't think I'm as much of a pussy as I really am to go camping with them.
I don't care if it's my best friend. If
Like,
he goes,
guys, do
"Dude,
you
for
have
my
Wi-Fi
birthday."
in the tent?
Oh, I would totally. If I could, I would camp like fucking Haverford from Parks and Rec. Generators and just sky mall as far as the eye can see.
I
That'd
showed
be
up
me.
with
No,
like
seriously, I don't.
$4,000. My whole stimulus check spent on like fancy camping gear,
Yeah, dude. I'd like.
rent an
Yeah.
RV.
I don't care if it's my best friend. If he goes, "Hey, dude, for my birthday, we're going camping," I'd be like, "Yeah, we are not."
Well, I
No.
had the option to say no. I opted in. I want to experience it. I'm gonna be a big camper. When I come back, guys, I'm gonna be like, and let me tell you how to tell the difference between these 7 different bugs.
Yeah, I'm not bitching out. I'm opting out of the experience.
I caught a snake with my bare hands and I whipped
That's
it and
what I
killed
think.
it.
I didn't even say that. Snakes. That's the number one reason I don't camp. Snakes. I don't like snakes. I don't trust snakes.
I've thought about it, but I have, don't worry. I do have a tomahawk. Now in our group chat, like the chat we've had so far, I'd be like, guys, don't worry, I have a tomahawk. I was given it for judging a custom knife show, which then I also thought that'd be a sick flex. We're like, oh, Alex, big knife guy, probably knows how to camp. I don't know any of that stuff, but I do have a tomahawk. And I was like, I'll bring a tomahawk. They're like, we don't need you. You don't need to bring a tomahawk. I was like, I'm bringing, don't worry, I got it. Like, I can't really think of an instance that we're gonna need a tomahawk. I was like, don't worry, guys, bring the tomahawk. It's fine. And like,
Snake in the tent.
Instructed
Snake in the
not
tent.
to bring, right, boom. And then it'll be like, Dwight, it's like, for years, I have had these weapons and bear mace in the office. And for years, everyone's laughed at me. Who's laughing now? When I'm just like, ha ha, no more, Satan. And I chop its head and it like just lights on fire because that's what I assume snakes do when you light them on fire because they're the devil.
So here's another piece of advice I was going to say. Do you know if your 8-person tent, does it open on both sides? Because if it only opens
I
on,
do not know the floor plan of the tent.
if it only opens on one side,
How many square feet?
I suggest you sleep.
And
You sleep. I was gonna say until we just brought this up. I was gonna say you sleep right next to the tent, like right next to the flap. If there's only one flap, you sleep on the far end. That way, a snake has to get to at least 6 other people before it gets to you, and you're out of there.
okay, I got about half of that. Because you cut out. But my thinking was,
Or if it's double-sided, you sleep.
you sleep on the side, right?
Shit.
If it was double-sided, you'd sleep
That's
on the
what
side.
I was saying. If there's one entrance there, no. If it's double-sided, you sleep dead middle. That way, snakes have to crawl over more people to get to you. Or if a bear happens from both sides, you can slice your way out of the middle and just go. Just run away.
I would chop my way out of the middle, right? But I was
That's what I'm
thinking
saying, with the hatchet.
because with a bear, if there's just one entrance in the back, or like you know, I'm in
Yes.
the back, then the bear could come in through the back because the bear could just rip that bad boy open, and then I'm the furthest away from the exit. At that point, I'm not going through the bear.
Everyone knows that bears aren't in the back. That's horses.
Horses are in the. That is a very good observation, Robert. Thank you for enlightening us all on that. Some people forgot. But
Actually, a lot of time bears are in the back.
Don't forget to bring sunscreen and mosquito repellent.
Off deep woods. Off deep woods is the only mosquito repellent you need, unless they make something stronger now. I haven't been outside in 12
Should I bring
years.
boots? Should I invest in boots?
Not like a cowboy boot, but like
hiking
an
boots.
outdoor work boot, something like that. A hiking boot, yes.
A steel-toed boot. Snakes can't bite through it. Boom. And if I come into a situation, I could probably just kick it because it's like steel. Boom. Nobody wants to get kicked by a steel toe.
Here's another reason. Damn it! See, this
Coyote,
is
steel toe right to the face.
This is self-preservation versus bad for the forest. I was gonna say another reason to carry the lighter. You also bring a can of WD-40. So if you see a snake and don't have your hatchet on you for whatever reason, you hit it with a flamethrower. Now you might set the forest on fire.
But also think of
But
how
at
many
least-
snakes I could get rid of that way.
I was gonna say it's worth it for all the snakes that die.
How long are you gonna be out there?
I'm going like a day and a half. So it's like
Saturday?
Yeah, so I'm going Friday after work,
Okay.
Friday night, Saturday all day, and then coming back Sunday morning. So it's like it's not like I'm going camping for a week. So like I feel like I'm really like overthinking it, but it's like I don't want to go out there and like when you go you're not camping, but when you go to like anything you're not prepared for, like somebody's like, "Yo, dude, we're going out on my boat." Like I'll be like, "Cool, I got a bathing suit, some sunscreen," and they're like, "Dude, we all forgot whatever this random thing was," and it's like, "Oh, damn it, I didn't bring that, and I should have known to bring a fucking towel on a boat or whatever it is." It's just like I don't want to be the guy that like forgets something.
Nunchucks.
I have nunchucks.
That's what I'm saying. Bring those. Cannot think of a reason why you would need them, but they don't take up much space, and it'll be funny if you're the guy that shows up camping with nunchucks.
I mean, they're like, Alex just showed up with weapons.
Podcast equipment.
I do podcast. I'll bring the iPad. I'll bring the iPad in case there's Wi-Fi, and maybe we can watch Mark Ryan or something. But like,
you'll
I'll
do
bring the iPad.
a literal
I do have a
remote.
recording thing on it. Oh.
I'm doing a very remote this week.
It is the most remote. It's maybe we'll have a bonus Monday podcast. We can't have a bonus Monday podcast because that would be the 400th episode. So never mind. That's out.
Oh, no, you just release it next Monday. Hi, this is my interview with a bear. How did you
Riveting stuff. Riveting.
I now have one arm.
It really tears at your heart.
And then we could it tears at your heart and your limbs. But I could like just like do the 400th episode. I just have like one arm, and it's like we don't address it the whole time. To find out what happened, tune in to Monday's bonus episode number 401. You can barely wait. I can barely contain it. I should have fucking admitted it. I fucked it up. Robert, cut that part out. Make it seem like I made the joke. But yeah, camping. If anybody in the Gravy Gang, at Pass Great Pod, at Alex J Middleton, let me know if you got any camping advice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to go hang out with my friends. I'm a little nervous that I'm gonna look like an idiot trying to camp, but I think I'm gonna be able to pull it off.
Seriously, the three things that you have to do though, just bring the lighter in case, because the lighter is always handy. And then please, these two are more for joke standards. No, the nunchucks, just because, and then just say for bears. Don't elaborate. Just say it's for bears. And then please put a salt rim around the fucking tent.
No,
just I don't want the Blair Witch to show up. Don't even say anything. You just walk out once the tent is set up. You just start walking around it with salt. And if they're like, "What are you doing?" Be like, "What do you mean?"
Nothing.
I don't understand the question.
Is act really sketchy about it?
Snakes. Or just definitely, actually, don't even say witches. Just be like snakes. Snakes can't crawl over salt. This is a well-known fact.
And they're like, "No, it's not. We camp all the time. We know this."
Because the funniest thing is if you make a good enough salt circle around the tent, that salt will kill that ground just in that circle. So then eventually somebody's gonna go there. They're gonna walk across that little plot of land and see a dead circle and be like, "What the fuck happened here?"
Was there some sort of seance? It was no. What I should bring is I don't know what it was, but remember on Are You Afraid of the Dark when they would sit around the campfire and it'd be like, "This is the tale. Yeah, this is the tale of the magic man." And then he'd toss out a little like bag. He'd put like whatever that sand was that made the fire like glow and get big. And it's like, what is that?
Okay, so here's
is that a magic shop? Is there a Nickelodeon store I can go to?
You can probably Google it, but like if you can find like potassium or something
I gotta get
like
it
that.
shipped to me.
Because Google it to where you can find it in Houston, and then you can go get it. Because
gasoline.
I know potassium is used in like some fireworks and shit like that. It's all like elements like that are used in fireworks that blow different colors. And whatever it is that is green, you should get that because that's also green. That's green for St. Patrick's Day. Green.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you just told him to have a gender reveal in the forest, Pat.
Not pink and blue.
Not sure that's a good idea.
And gender reveals are also very, very sexist now.
Fire starters.
Right, they are fire starters, which is why we don't do those in the forest or in general. So yeah, camping, guys. I'm gonna be, and then next week on the 400th episode, I will tell you guys how to be an expert camper because I'm gonna figure it all out in just over a day. So that'll be fun.
Sure.
That'll be fun. Looking forward to it. Moving on, let's get to our What Would Jesus Do segment. I appreciate those of you that have been sending us in the WWJDs. Again, when we run out of these, we will not keep doing the segment. So if you like the segment, keep sending in your Jesus situations. What would Jesus do, Alex? Well, we had those bracelets growing up that had WWJD on it, but it wasn't like a fortune cookie where it like had an answer on the back. Like I thought maybe it was a magic 8-ball. That's what they probably should have given us. It would have given you like the answer to what you were asking for in that situation. But what we're going to do is now you send us a situation Jesus would find himself in today, and we are just going to tell you what he would do. It seems as easy as that. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassGrayPod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat is at not Pat Deanna. Robert is at Robert Barbosa. 03 on Twitter, hashtag PTGWWJD. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment from our good buddy, Jingle Blake Wonder.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
Jingle Blake with the jingle on that one. Who Jingle Blake and I don't know if we're friends off anymore.
That's how he got his name. He writes jingles.
Writes jingles. We're cool. We had a whole bit on the Rod Ryan show where he was dead to me for a couple of days. I shunned him and then I unshunned him. But I did call him Jingle Boy. I did call him Jingle Boy at one point, and I thought that was a great insult. I was like, whatever, Jingle Boy. Okay, moving on. This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our good buddy Gen Z Zach Woodruff at Salsa 6800. Zach says, would Jesus be in favor of or against keeping daylight saving time?
Against. It made sense when our when most of our economy was agrarian. Now it's just an inconvenience to most people.
Spiders.
Yes, Swin is based on spiders. Yeah.
Agrarian is obviously talking about spiders.
Aquarian, as in
arachnid spider. I know.
Arachnarian.
A country run on spiders.
I mean, I don't have to imagine that's what we are now. That's what we have now. It's just the government won't tell us. But
it was our biggest product.
Yeah, no, it's an inconvenience to most people nowadays to just either have to get used to. Well, you don't.
It's
really
an hour, dude. No, so being for daylight saving time.
Why keep it?
Because I like it.
You like losing an hour of sleep once a year.
Because you also get an hour back a year, which is tight. It's
or
like one
we
day
could
a year where
just
you're like tight. I can be at the bar for 2 hours. Here, like an extra hour, because it's like 1 o'clock goes to 2 o'clock. Nope, not closed. It's actually just 1 o'clock again.
Yeah, but we're 30s. We're in our 30s now. We don't do that.
Right,
anymore.
but I'm just saying it's kind of cool. I don't know. It makes sense to me, and I also
don't give a shit what young people do anymore.
People, so yeah, so then I don't care what the sun does either, dude.
So once a year, your body now feels like it's waking up at 2:30 instead of 3:30.
Right, but also, the people that complain about it are just like, what are you doing, man? Like, oh, man, I've been behind ever since. Like, you haven't stayed up late for one night ever? Like, that's the worst person that's like, I'm just exhausted this week, dude, with the time change. I'm like, yeah, man.
No,
Pat, you've stayed up and played Xbox and been like, oh, shit, it's 4 o'clock. Okay, that's that for one day a year. Like, okay, sorry, you got 7 hours of sleep. I can't tell you last time I got 8 hours of sleep.
The night of the time change, I was up till 4 o'clock that morning.
I didn't even mean to do it. Clocks that change so much, like all my clocks mostly change on their own. Like I have my microwave and kitchen timer that don't, but like my bedside table changes on its own, my TV changes on its own, my alarm system changes on its own, my phone changes on its own, my watch changes on its own. My car goes off of my phone, so it changes on its own. Like,
oh, early not cool. You know what did not change on its own that pissed me off for like 3 days? What? Sports wedding website that we use. It did not change the time, so all of the game start times were off by an hour for like 2 or 3 days.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was really pissing me off. I was like, why is this hockey game starting at 5?
That's why you bet early.
No, it didn't though. It didn't. It started at 6. But each day I would look it up and see that, and then I would check the start time, and it would say 6 o'clock. But it's because the sports betting website, I guess, is based overseas, and maybe they don't have daylight savings. I don't know.
They don't. I learned that also. I learned 2 things at watching West Ham play this week, and I'm a little mad that I didn't bring it up on my West Ham podcast, but I did learn that their time change is like 3 weeks from now. Kind of weird that like they didn't. Now we're only 5 hours behind England.
It takes 3 weeks for the sun to get that far across.
I mean, I know I get it now that they explained it, but I was like, wait, what? It was also Mother's Day on Sunday. So this is 3 things I've learned. Mother's Day was on Sunday in England. I asked them when their 4th of July was, and he just was like, shut up. But
there's just no point to it anymore. Just keep me on the same schedule at all times.
Well, I'm telling you what I learned about England. Also,
I don't care about England.
When you win the Premier League, you don't just get to be knighted like you get to go to see the president. I thought that was like their thing.
England is like brackets and children to me. I don't care. It's not mine.
But like, wouldn't it be cool though if you won like the Premier League and you got to go to like the palace? Like, hey, the Queen doesn't really mean anything, but it'd be tight to just like have these guys that play soccer go hang out there and be like, congratulations, I'll hold up a jersey, and you could get all of you could get knighted. That would be sick.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if there's too many people around Prince Harry, he'll just die. Not even talking about during the pandemic.
Right.
That guy is so old and sickly.
I was like, y'all don't like what happens when you
This is Prince Harry. I mean,
title.
Philip
Prince
is the
Charles?
Queen's husband. Charles? I don't know. One of them. That dude's old as fuck.
Robert's just shaking his head like, no. None of the things you're saying are true.
It's Philip, right? Philip's the one I'm thinking of, right? Robert?
No, I was saying I have no idea either.
Prince George.
Yeah, because Robert knows who gives a fuck about England. We fought a war about 200, what now?
1776. Ever heard of it?
Make sure we didn't have to give a shit about what those goddamn crumpet eaters are doing over there. That's not our problem no more. All right? Bunch
go
of
West Ham.
tea drinking fucking hippies.
But go West Ham though.
Go West Ham. We like them.
But
rest of them can go kick rocks.
Knighted.
They're as useless as a baby tooth on an alligator. I swear to God.
I'll tell you that much. Also, like America's version of knighting, while we're on the topic, would be just like you just get bald eagled, right? Like you would go, the president would have a bald eagle like on the glove, and then you would just be like, all right, kneel down. But we don't kneel. We don't fucking bend the knee because we're not England. But like you just stand, and then they would just be like, boom, bald eagle on your shoulder, and you're like, oh, I'm American, motherfucker.
That'd be dope, but also
that'd be sick.
And while that is a funny premise, I want you to think for a second. You should know what the American version of being knighted is. Just think. You know, there's always
cold beer.
You always see the president sneaking up behind people, putting it around. It's the Congressional Medal of Freedom. That's the American version of being knighted.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
It just doesn't sound as cool as being knighted.
Well, because when you're knighted, you get to be like, they call you sir forever. Like, that's sick.
Yeah, because the British are fucking weird and monarchical.
Monarchical. Monarchican. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Like, they just have these old things, and we're just like, here's a blue medal around your neck with a ribbon.
What is this? The Olympics?
Go you. Do I get a special title? No, fuck you.
The fuck out of here.
We give you a medal. What more?
What else do you want? You got a picture with me, you idiot. Now get out.
Well, in England, they'll call me sir.
Shut up.
So will the fucking greeter at Walmart. You don't need a title. Get the fuck out of here.
I think Jesus wouldn't fuck with it, man. I think Jesus would be chill the way things are.
I think he would want it to just stop so that we could just be on the same time. We don't have to deal with any changes. I think
literally on the same time, besides 2 times.
I just don't like change. The only question for me is, would Jesus like it where we have the extra hour of daylight at the end of the day or the beginning of the day?
You always want the extra hour, I think, but like I think it's like
at the end of the day
when it's dark earlier.
See, that I want it to be dark later at all times. because I like to sleep in and I like it to be dark.
And yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Agree to disagree.
We can agree on that though, right? Like when it's light for an extra hour, that's better, right? Can we all agree on that?
I don't know. I kind of like it when it gets dark early. It makes it feel like it's like nighttime a bit more. It's like okay. It's like weird when it's like 8 o'clock. I'm like, why is it still light out?
Well, it's really more like 7.
Sometimes.
I think 7 o'clock is a good time for it to start switching to night. Like when it starts getting darker. When it gets dark at 6 o'clock, you say, hey, dude, it's 6 o'clock. What is going on?
What do you like most? You like longer light?
Yeah, I like longer light.
Yeah. Especially
I'm not the antichrist like you, Alex, who wants it darker.
Whoa. I just appreciate the light that I do have.
I
appreciate the light that I do have is what I do.
Well, Alex wakes up at fucking 1:15 in the morning anyway, so it's always dark for him. So I just there's nothing worse than like, you know, you kind of just wake up at random times anyway. But when you wake up and it's early in the morning and the sun is already fully fucking out, you're like, what is this nonsense? You look at your phone, like, am I late for work? And you're like, oh no, I don't have to be at work I mean, not Alex, obviously, but you're like, oh no, I don't have to be at work for 2 hours.
If it's daylight and I wake up, I'm fucking fired.
Because it's 6:45 in the morning, and for some reason the sun is already all the way in the sky. This is bullshit.
All right. So I think we're gonna agree to disagree on what Jesus would do. So we have no answer for you in that case. But please keep sending us your scenarios.
Actually, hold on, no, because we did not get Robert's opinion on it. Robert, you're the tiebreaker.
Oh.
Does Jesus want to keep it or let it go away?
He's a chill dude, man.
He wants to go away. The only one that stays is the one where
boom,
it's light or longer.
Boom. Me and Robert are exactly on the same page.
Fine.
I take my piece
well,
away.
Fine. Moving on. Let's tell you about our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company. We're getting ready to do our mock draft of numbers, and I can't wait. But before we do that, Southern Star Brewing Company is the proud presenting sponsor of every mock draft. This mock draft says, and I was up there, 3525 North Fraser Street in Conroe on Saturday. I was celebrating their 13th anniversary party. Saw Todd Voss out there, saw the whole Southern Star crew. It was a great time. My boy Winston Cook he's played at 2 of our Christmas parties now. He was playing out on the outdoor stage. Pat, they had the outdoor stage at night.
I know.
The outdoor stage at night with the lights. My God, dude. It was so sexy. We are going to, allegedly, our beer release, Darling Like a Marlin, is coming out in May. We will do a live podcast at Southern Star on one Saturday in May.
Bro,
I fucking hope so badly that the weather is good. We wanted to do the outdoor broadcast on our Spooktacular, and it rained, and it was a fucking tsunami, and it all turned into mud outside. It was beautiful all day on Saturday. Saturday night, they had the fucking like lights that were strung out, all lit up. It was fucking gorgeous. The stage is so awesome. The sound is awesome. We'd be sitting up on that fucking stage, talking to everybody, being fucking cool. And I really hope that's what can happen in May when we have our beer tapping. But that's the best brewery in town. The best brewery ever in the entire world. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. They're amazing. They're awesome. I did finally pick up. Let me go snag it.
Oh, the Echo in Conroe. It's got green on its can.
It does have green on the can. Also,
it just hit me.
Have a green stem on the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. But I got to try for the first time the Drunken Comrades. And I got you one, Pat, too. This is the Oktoberfest, but they have Russian Imperial Stout, which is like, I think, 10% alcohol. But it's very strong. But they have 10% alcohol on it. It is the Russian Imperial Stout that is in a rum barrel aged. You get one can with the rum barrel aged one, and you get a can with the bourbon aged one. So I got you, Pat, one of each, because really, if you drink both of these, you should be pretty set. And the Drunken Comrades, awesome. You can get that up at the brewery too. I believe it's like 2 for $20 because of the alcohol content. But I mean, they have the new Mama Rosa Gosa that I just saw they were canning the other day. The low calorie IPA, Strawberry Bombshell.
Love that one.
The Metzli Pekin Stout. It's amazing. There's nothing that they make
Pecan.
that's not.
Pecan stout. Just you're going to
Pecan.
confuse some people.
I like saying pecan. It's just the bombshell blonde, the oldie but a goodie. That's what brought us to the table, and bombshell blonde still goes hard today.
Subatomico, that juicy IPA.
They had a mango theory, which is like a mango conspiracy theory IPA that they had out there. It's awesome, dude. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for Darling Like a Marlin to be canned, to be out in fucking stores. Do you know how much fucking Darling Like a Marlin the Gravy Gang is about to have to drink? And like, we're going to force it down your throats if you don't drink it. Robert, you might have to drink a beer. Like, will you just drink one? Like, will you drink one beer? No, you don't have to drink a beer. Will you take a sip?
I don't think so. No.
You won't?
Yeah, probably not.
Will you do like the thing on Bar Rescue where you like you stick the straw in it and then you take the swig of it and then you can spit it out like a wine tasting just so you can taste the podcast beer?
No, quit forcing it, bro.
I don't think so. I think what I'd do is probably like empty it out, wash it, fill water, and then drink it like that.
Okay, but you have to drink all of your drinks like that for the whole time on every podcast. But I'm pretty stoked about Darling Like a Marlin coming out in May.
For your little bottle there. We'll get you the Darling Like a Marlin sticker.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put it behind me here too. But
yeah, I'm jacked up.
I'm pretty stoked. We're going to have a beer. I mean, I'd like to think that the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde is ours. It wasn't our idea, but like it's year round because the Gravy Gang. And Keith, Dave, Angel, all of them, Matt, all of you guys up there are fucking awesome. Bree, thank you guys for taking care of us. Our friends, we had the best time ever, man. And there's not a bad time at Southern Star Brewing Company. If you're picking up a can of Southern Star, if you're drinking one at the bar or whatever, tag us with you and your Southern Star at Pastor Gay Pod. Tag them at Southern Star Brewing Co. at Southern Star BC on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the show. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the whole world, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy and the mock draft season, which we are in week 4 of mock draft season. Last week we had a mock draft of, it wasn't masks. What was our mock draft of? Royals was what our mock draft was of. We had another tight race, and again,
it's been almost the exact numbers every single week. Robert has gotten like 29 or 28 each week. I got 32 last week, or I think 33 one week, and you've had 38, 9 or 38. This is very suspicious. I call shenanigans.
How do you call shenanigans?
Shenanigans. I call shenanigans too.
How?
Double shenanigans.
Alex bots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You're
I think y'all are just mad that I am off to a 3-0 start. I'm off to a 3-0 start. I'm sorry, I'm sick at drafting.
No, I'm used to these. What makes it suspicious is that me and Robert have also been at the exact same percentage 3 weeks in a row. We haven't flipped once. You know what makes it suspicious is I always complain about people hating on me. I've not gotten last once. That's what makes it suspicious.
So you're asking them to put you last this week. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, I think it's suspicious that you are trying to make it seem like there is no cheating by making me stay in the middle because you know Robert won't get mad at it.
I think y'all are thinking way too much into it, man.
The little sus.
Poll that goes out on Friday. Y'all are sus. Start like you have the first and second pick. You have the first and second pick, guys.
Regular brain. There's nothing going on. Galaxy brain. This is suspicious. Universe brain. Alex is fudging every single number.
I'm not. It's on Twitter. You can go look at the poll every week. It'll be pinned to the top of our Twitter at 1:30 every Friday. It is posted. Okay. This week it's a mock draft of numbers. I told him to get weird with it. Nothing's off the table. Robert's going first because last week Robert had the least amount. I had first with 39% of the vote. Pat had second with 32% of the vote, and Robert had 29% of the vote on the season. I have 3 wins, and Pat and Robert are at 0. Mock draft of numbers. Mock draft of numbers. Robert with the first overall pick and the Pass the Gravy mock draft of numbers. You are taking.
I'm going to go ahead and take 69,420.
All at once?
So
yeah,
6,009 or 60, yeah, 6,900. No, 69,420. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Pat?
I'm just going to take 69. I mean, come on. You can't leave 69 for me.
All right. Well, then I'm going to take 420, just to get the big ones off the board. Robert, back to you.
I'm gonna
All the
go
good
ahead.
ones off the board.
I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'm gonna take pie.
Pie.
Take pie.
Okay.
Yes. Everyone loves pie.
Mm.
I'm just going to put 3.14 parentheses pie because I'm not going to type it all out.
Pie. I mean, I'm going to take number one.
You're going to go
Everybody
with
wants
one.
to be number one. Yeah, number one. Everybody wants to be number one.
Okay, one off the table. I actually had that on my cheat sheet. I am going to go with Robert. What was your first one?
It was
69,420.
69,420.
Okay, I'm going to go with
426.
6,969. So
6969.
It's a good number. One of my favorites. All right, back to you, Robert, for the third round.
I'm gonna go with.
This is getting really interesting.
I'm gonna go with a baker's dozen.
That's good.
Which is 13.
I think you're gonna like this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with LXIX, which is the Roman numeral for 69.
Ooh, do we allow that?
It's a number.
Well, 69 seconds
Are you
already been
hating
taken.
on the Romans? Yeah, but I'm taking the Roman numeral.
But that's
for
the same.
69.
Hey, Robert, do you want to allow that?
I think you allow it.
All right. What is it, Pat? LXIX?
LXIX, Roman numeral for 69.
Watch it not be. it.
Ain't no fuck. No, I Googled it and it's right here.
Okay. I am gonna go 696,969. 696969 is what I'm gonna go with.
I don't feel confident in me winning, but if Alex wins this one, I'm gonna be pissed.
All right, I'm gonna go with. This is my last one, right?
This is your final pick. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go with 100 proof.
All right,
100
Robert
proof.
wins because that's
It's a good one. That
I'm
is
gonna
a
take
good
a-
one.
101 proof. No. All right, I'm gonna take 42. It's the meaning of life.
Yeah. Emma
Also,
told me to
Jackie
take
Robinson's
that one.
number. Yeah, 42. It's the meaning of life.
And Mariano Rivera's number. So thank you for picking a Yankee.
Hey, he's the goat of closers, man. I respect the game. That was my
All right.
position.
I'm actually torn between two right here.
Wait, is it between 69696969 and 696969696969?
No, it's not. It is actually. I don't know. I have two that I'm picking between.
I'm gonna take double zero because it looks like boobs.
Oh, that would have been good. No, it'd be 80085. Right?
Three
I think
equal sign D.
I'm gonna go with Mambo number 5 from Lou Bega.
That's good. Mambo number
I
5.
was gonna go 426, 4,000 or 42,069 because then it would be 42069. But I figured I'd change it up a little bit. Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega. This is gonna be an interesting voting.
This will be interesting voting. It's a quick one too.
Okay, so our first our mock draft of numbers. Robert with the first pick had 69,420, 69,420. Then he had pie. He also had a baker's dozen and 100 proof. Pat had 69, 1 LXIX, the Roman numerals for 69, and the number 42. I had 420, 6,969, 6,900, 696,969. So 696969 and Mambo number 5 from Lou Bega.
So I think Alex or Robert's gonna win this. I think Mambo number 5 is going to get you number 2, and I'm probably going to come in third because I don't think enough people know 42 from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I don't think so either. I really kind of regret just not taking for 2659. I should just to make it all one of those. Like that would have been.
Yeah.
What are some honorable
regardless.
mentions?
So honorable mentions. For 2069.
Yeah,
would have been one.
Sixpence None the Richer, the band who sang "Kiss Me" and also "There She Goes." There she goes. We all remember the song.
Well, 1776 when this great country was founded. 867.
How did I not take that?
8675309. Austin 316. The Summer of 69
God.
by Brian Adams.
See, this is one of those ones where I just didn't even write anything down because I was like, dude, it's fucking numbers, and I didn't put any thought into it, and this is what I get.
Yeah.
I had the
Never
5
been more
second rule.
disappointed in myself.
5 second rule.
I had 5 second rule. I had over 9,000. Because of that, that Dragon Ball Z thing.
Then I also had 1111, the time. Like that's the you make a wish then.
303.
713.
303, great band. 281.
182.
281-330-8004.
That's another good one. 6.9. You wanted to get into decimals. It would have been funny if we just went negative 6.9, 6.9, negative 6.9, 6.9.
And we all just had the same variation of 69, but in different ways. So they had to just randomly click one of us to see what happened.
Well, I don't really have an opinion.
And Alex still won with 39%. That would have been the thing. 0.0 for all the people that are like, yeah, dude, fuck running. I've ran 0.0 miles.
1738, but like said by Fetty Wap. 1738.
What is it? Is it 101? The 101 Club? You know that people have the stickers on their back window for like cops and fire.
100 Club.
100 Club.
I have that sticker.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100. Yeah, I just had like lots of variations of 69, like 696, 969, 696, 6969.
311.
311. You could have gone triple sixes if you wanted to be that guy. You could have gone 911.
911.
411. And then just
7-Eleven.
every 7. Like, see, there's lots of them.
8 Men Out. Great movie about the Black Sox scandal.
8 Mile.
8 Mile.
8 Mile, yeah.
That's a very good one. Frankie Ocho.
Shit, Frankie.
Also
God
would have been
damn
an
it.
option.
I'm gonna laugh if this is the one that I win because I just
don't give him sympathy votes though.
No, don't.
He's trying to be like, oh, I don't even care. He cares so much. Every
No,
Sunday,
I know.
He
No,
texts
I
us. He's like, fuck y'all.
I care.
He does.
I'm
He's
just
so
saying that
mad.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I just thought numbers I can come up with them off the top of my head. This isn't a problem, and I just didn't get weird with it.
You
I
know
should have
what?
known.
And
I
that's
need
how
to get
you
weird
win
with it.
0 mock drafts so far because you don't come in with a plan. He's never got a plan. You got to go in with a plan.
Always have a plan. You know, I planned actually all week. I have a stockpile about 17 names for most likable person on the planet. And then Alex comes in last night or whatever it was. Hey, let's do numbers. Let's just change it up last second because he had a shit list and he needed 2 weeks to compile it. That's what happened.
I'm giving you the same amount of time now. Your list should be even better.
My list was already perfect. I don't need anything else.
I don't know.
You know what's funny? Actually, I want to talk about this for a second. Like if you Google like list of the most likable people, I swear to I don't know when all these lists are from, but all of them have Ellen DeGeneres on it. And I'm like, no.
Somebody take her idea. Do it.
Nobody likes Ellen DeGeneres anymore. She's
all right. Well, that was our mock draft of numbers, and I really am a little disappointed that we all didn't just take variations of 69 and 420 because that is really like the graphic when that went up. I just like people like you fuckers. Like, okay, this is really what all of y'all picked. Okay, like
I mean,
we just had like
you both
12 6 9s over and over and over and over and over again.
We both took 2 variations of it. Robert didn't.
I took 3 variations of the best numbers, but still. Who are we? Trevor Bauer. That was what his contract was, right? Like it was all 69 420s.
Yep. Oh, hey,
right.
you grow plants in greenhouses.
In greenhouses, and then they also released greenhouse gases.
If you and people that work in greenhouses, you could say they have a green thumb.
Street
Or
signs
if they
a lot of
just
times are
started
green.
working, there, they might be a green horn.
The New York Jets have green jerseys.
That is true.
The Green Monster is green.
How the fuck did I not get there yet? We already talked about the socks.
Yeah, we did. Moving on.
Jolly Green Giant.
Jolly Green Giant. Let's get to the not cool segment brought to you by our good friends at Alamo Remedy CBD. If you go to alamoremedy.com, you can order by using our promo code PTG at checkout. You're going to get 10% off of your order. You know somebody that did that? I always tell you guys, hit us up and let us know if you go to that. We get a little notification. Shout out to Melanie Hawk for using our promo code. I did see she went with the gummies. Look, Pat's even on the road. He brought his cucumber melon lotion. But Melanie Hawk, she ordered the gummies. I saw she tweeted them or posted on Instagram to them, and she said that they really helped. So I'm telling you guys, the gummies are legit. The gummies are legit. Alamo Remedy CBD. If you have a not cool, maybe pop a little gummy from Alamo Remedy CBD. Oh, pause for car bombs. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, Andrew. You're welcome, brother.
Alamo Remedy CBD. They got the cucumber melon lotion right there. I've been using the lotion while playing soccer, and it's really made a difference. Even if you have like a headache, put it on your temples. It helped me a little bit. I felt like it helped me a little bit. The tincture oil you can put under your tongue. They got the gummies like I've already talked about, and they have the capsules that you can take every morning. They also have the hemp flower that is priced at $20, I believe. You can break it down, you can smoke it. It just gives you a chill vibe. It's not like smoking the hot leaf. You're not going to feel paranoid. You're not going to feel weird when you're out in public. You're just going to be chilled out, but still able to focus and do everything you would normally be able to do, just in a more relaxed way. And then the gummies and the lotion are really the two that I use the most. Alamo Remedy CBD at Alamo Remedy CBD and at Alamo Remedy on Instagram and Twitter. Tag them if you get anything from Alamo Remedy. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. AlamoRemedy.com. Use our promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order. Alamo Remedy CBD, the best CBD in the biz. AlamoRemedy.com, promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order. Here we go. This is the not cool segment where we really started to just be able to vent about stuff that happened to us that wasn't cool throughout the week. It can be a big deal. It can also be, man, I forgot my keys and I had to come back and get my keys. That sucked. Like, it can be something like that. At Pass the Great Pod, use the hashtag PTG not cool. Hashtag PTG not cool. I saw somebody was like mad that we weren't reading their not cools. I was like, did you hashtag them? And they're like, well, I didn't know you had to hashtag. I was like, okay, you got to hashtag them when we don't see them. If you just tweet them, I don't follow everybody's tweets 100% of the time. I try. I try and keep up.
It's impossible.
And even sometimes I'll go in and after you and I'll reply to your tweet, like hashtag PTG answers, hashtag PTG not cool. But like, I got to have the hashtags. That's how we find them. Hashtag PTG not cool at Pass the Gravy Pod. And we love those of you that are submitting them. And even if you're trying to submit them, just use the hashtag PTG not cool. This is a not cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool.
Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
All right, let me go to mine first because I was just talking about like gambling and not seeing the games I'm gambling on. My not cool is like I'm excited to hang out with my friends, but my not cool is that like I happen to be going camping on the first weekend of March Madness. Like where I would normally just be like, all right, well, there's my weekend watching basketball and betting. And now I'm not going to not bet. I'm just going to have to test out my system, Pat. And now I bet in the morning, I get up early. I look at the board like I normally do on my phone. And then I just place my bets. I'll tweet them out at Gravy Gambles if you'd like to follow. And then I'll just not watch the games and I'll check out throughout the day. I'm like, oh, well, it looks like Michigan did win. well, it looks like Georgetown did cover, or fuck, they lost. And at least I wasn't stressed out the whole game watching it. But just like I'm going to be camping and not watching as much March Madness as I had planned. But you know what? I'm excited to hang out with my friends. Just the fact that I'm missing the first weekend of March Madness after not having March Madness at all last year, that kind of sucks. So that's my not cool. Pretty easy, not cool.
I've got two. Alarms. So last Wednesday, we did the podcast. I went and watched some show with my buddy. I came back home. I'm not 100% sure why, but guess I was extra thirsty that night. I had quite a hankering for the whiskey. I got pretty drunk. And I think this is one of these nights where I stayed up till 4 or 5 a.m. And so Thursday rolls around and my alarm goes off and I go to shut it off. And I guess I just didn't hit snooze. I shut it off. So all of a sudden what I was talking about earlier, when you just wake up and it's bright outside, you're like, what is going on? I look at my phone. It's 11:15. The restaurant opens at 11. I'm supposed to be there between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. I started scrolling through I looked at the group chat of the managers, and one of them just goes, Pat, are you coming in today? That was about 10:15. And I just texted, shit, I fucked up, and I'm on the way. I'm coming. So I go there and I get out of my neighborhood and, I get to the corner and, I'm in the right-hand lane to turn right. There's a car in front of me. And underneath the overpass, there's cars turning in front of us. So he's just sitting there. Then all of a sudden, all those cars go through and he's still sitting there. So I just give him a little pump, just a little honk. And he slightly pulls forward. There's no more traffic coming at all, like at all.
Right. He
pulls forward and just stops. So sitting there, about 5-10 seconds go by, and I give him a little honk the horn. And he has the balls to check his mirror to look back at me. Like I see him like adjust the mirror and look into it. I go, like, go! I'm late for fucking go. You have the right, like, you're in the right lane. Turn right. There's nobody coming. It's legal. You have the right to go right. Fucking
he had the right turn thing on? He had his blinker on?
We were in a right only lane.
Okay.
It was right turn only. So eventually he fucking goes. And I go. And then a car behind me goes and they swing wide because like when you turn right here, it's on the feeder. And then you're able to, like, if you get in the far left lane, you can jump right onto what will be the on-ramp to I-10. I'm in the far right lane. Doesn't matter. This guy's in the middle. He's not really going that fast, but this car behind me is going quick. Like, they start to catch up. Like I said, these two cars in front of him start to go quick. Fucking going. Right before the ramp, this asshole swerves over right in front of that fucking person to get on the ramp. And I was just like, I hope they crash. I hope they fly off the overpass and die.
Was it an old guy? Could you tell?
No, I mean, like I said, when this is in the morning, it's 11 o'clock, it's bright outside. So when he checks his mirror at me, I can tell, not an old guy. So somewhere between 25 to like 42. Like he's in that range.
He was totally on his like phone. He was totally on his phone, like looking up like a GPS thing. But it's like, I don't understand the people that think like, well, yeah, I'm not ready to go. And it's like, dude, go. Like, that's what the green fucking light, like when you're in a lane like that, or there's a green light, like you have to go.
No, there's no green light.
Shit out.
But you're in the right-hand lane and nobody's coming and it's a right turn only lane. Go right, like go. Like you can't just sit there and be like, well, I'm not ready yet. No, you turn right on red. If you weren't ready, you could have literally pulled into the gas turn. Literally, there's like a gas station on that corner that he could have pulled into to check and finish whatever he was doing. And then just, I was pissed off enough. And then when I saw him, like, and I don't mean he swerved in front of this car. He cut them the fuck off within feet, like entering the ramp. So this car had to slam their fucking brakes. I hope everything in the world bad happens to that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I hope he gets the plague. I hope syphilis, crabs, I hope he gets crabs on his ass hair. That's how bad I hate this guy.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I hope he gets ass crabs. I'm like sweating. I'm so angry talking about this. Robert, you go now.
Did you say you had a second one, or was that it? Those are your combined ones.
Well, my alarm was number 1, and then
Okay.
2 was this asshole on the road.
Gotcha.
Same day, 2 not cools.
Gotcha.
Same day within like 20 minutes of each other.
So mine's not as bad as yours. It's kind of on the Alex level of inconvenient. It's I was getting gas earlier today, and it just took a really long time to get gas because I got got to put in my card. Then it asked me, "Is this credit or debit?" I'm like, "Okay, this is debit." Put in your PIN. I got to put in my PIN. Then it's like, "Do you want to add this to your gas?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to add that to my gas."
Would you like a massage? Would you like a car wash?
So you don't want to add that to your gas, but do you want to add this to your gas? No, I don't want to. I don't want to add that. No, thank you. Okay. Do you want a receipt? No, I just want to put in gas. Is there a put in gas button? It's like, okay. But are you sure you don't want to put this thing in your gas?
This was Shell, wasn't it? You're at Shell.
It wasn't Shell. It was HEB.
Oh, Shell is the worst at this shit, but HEB does act like an asshole.
And when it asks you to, like, do you want to put this in your gas? They play a short video explaining what it is, and you can't right away put no. So you have to let the video play for like a couple of seconds, and then you can click no. And then it did it twice. Like, no, I just want to get gas. Like, all right. I got the thing, and I put it in my car. Like, okay, like now push the button. I'm like, I already pushed the button. I already want to get gas. It just took forever to get gas. I just wanted it to be simple.
Yeah. The hoops they make us jump through now, like you should be able to, once you put in your card, pull out the pump, hit the button, and start filling up. Then as you turn, because you're always going to turn around to face the screen, it should say, do you want to add a car wash? No, but this can happen while you're filling up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to add a fuel additive? Which I guess actually at that point might be a little difficult. But then they can ask, do you want to save 5 cents per gallon by joining the fuel rewards program? At this point, I refuse. Like, I know I'm going, and I should. I just
say no.
There's Shell on the corner.
No.
I just say no at this point out of principle because you keep making me take an extra step every time. I will gladly pay the extra 5 cents because you're pissing me off.
I'll pay you more so you can go fuck yourself.
If they sent me something in the mail, I'd be more likely to join than if they asked me every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because half the time I go, you pay it, you put in your code, you go, bam, you pull the thing, you hit the number, you put it in your car. Why isn't this turning? You turn around. Would you like to use your food? No!
Yeah.
Trying to get to work. Yeah.
My other not cool is, here, I'm going to show it on camera, are these because I can't stop eating them. And these are
Girl Scout
cookies.
And these are Girl Scout cookies. Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Those
Can't
are
stop
delicious.
eating them.
And it's like I feel like they put less cookies in each thing now.
Maybe, I think so.
It feels like I'm like done with this, and it's like I used to have like 3 sleeves in this.
I think they're so bad for me because two cookies is 32% of like your sugar for the day. Just
How many calories?
87,000.
130. 130 for 2.
2 cookies is 130 calories. How many carbs?
How many carbs?
All of them.
15 grams or 5%.
50 grams. I mean, that's not really that good, but it's not terrible. But 130 calories per every 2 cookies. Nobody in the history of Girl Scout cookies has ever eaten 2 and going, that's good for now.
Like they're not even really having to sell them now, so it's like I feel weird buying them, but like I'm gonna buy them.
I would still
Like
put
they're
those.
not selling them out in front. Like
I
their
love the
mom's
peanut
doing
butter
work
ones.
now.
Yeah, I love the peanut butter ones, but I still think those are number 3 behind me. I'm a Thin Mint guy. Thin Mint's always gonna be number 1 for me.
Carbon and chocolate don't belong to
and
you.
then the you're wrong.
Don't say that.
And then the what's
toothpaste
the
in my chocolate.
Coconut Delight?
Coconut Delight, yeah.
What is
Samoa's.
Samoans.
Yeah.
Samoans. And then dude, the lemonades, man, those are fucking awesome.
Those are
That
solid.
they make. Those are new, but I'm a huge fan of those. So
But yeah, I can't stop eating them, and they're like super bad for me. But what am I gonna do? Not eat them?
right? It's like I have to.
Yeah.
Robert, think of it this way. All the
Solid, not
empty
cool.
calories that the average American gets through beer, you don't get. So you can afford to eat those cookies, dog. You're good.
I guess that's a positive way to look at it.
Yeah. Everybody has to have a vice. You can't be the guy with no vice. That's just ridiculous. If Girl Scout cookies are your vice, that's fine. Because you know what? There's a good chunk of the year where you can't even have your vice.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a self-imposed Lent.
Yeah. It's actually the opposite of Lent for you, though. You get 40 days to just eat cookies. You just get to eat cookies and be bad. You're just bad for this period of time. But it's okay.
Then the rest of the year, I'm good.
Because you're not even a big
halo
soda guy,
around
are
me.
you?
You should
No, not
celebrate
really.
Lent like that. Like you have
Yeah.
to eat 40 days of cookies every year.
Lent,
then you're
Lent
cut
is
off.
It's a 40.
You look forward to
You
Lent.
get- or actually, you should probably do for it to work.
40,
You would have to
40
do
boxes in 40 days.
40 days of nothing, and then you get 40 days of gorging. Because if you did
That's
40 days
content.
of gorging leading into the 40 days of nothing, you get so used to gorging, you'd be like, I guess this year I'm not doing Lent. What am I
like
gonna do?
that.
Not have 4 bags of Cheetos a day? Come on.
I do like that though. That is that's a good not cool. It's a good not cool to
That
have.
was very good.
Moving on, we got our answers segment. Now, if you have a question for us, hit us up on Twitter at PassGamePod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers.
Sure, I understand.
Shut up, Siri. If you got a question, something that you've seen on the internet, like a high thought, a drunk thought, something you heard somebody else say that you'd like to hear our opinions on, at PassGamePod, use the hashtag PTG Answers, and you can also email them to us, answers@passgravepod.com. Although we do check Twitter first, at PassGamePod, hashtag PTG Answers. The Answers segment brought to you by our good friends Little M Air Fresheners, the best air fresheners on the planet. I promise you, if you're driving around with those little stupid little baby back bitch green trees or yellow trees or red trees or whatever it is on your rearview mirror, rip it off and wait until you get to a stoplight to go to littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Order some of the best air fresheners in the game, and you will not be let down. I have a Little M air freshener in my car. I love it. I have all of my friends have Little M air fresheners in their cars because they love it. You will not be let down with a Little M air freshener. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. They also make stickers. They make all kinds of other stuff now too. They have journals. They got everything. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. The best air fresheners in the game. When you get your Little M air freshener, post a picture at PassGamePod. Tag us on Twitter, Instagram. Tag them at Little M Tweets on Twitter, at Little M Shop on Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. The best air fresheners in the world. This is the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. Our first Answers question comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester. At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. And Skylar says, painkillers, the mute option for the body? I don't
I mean,
think
it's either
so.
that or
It's like
I was gonna say it's either that or euthanasia.
It's yeah, to an extent. It's like something in between there. It's
Wait,
like
no.
the just completely like fuck up but like feel good part where it's like, do you want to sort of not remember anything? Or do you want to like, I guess yeah, the painkillers like for what they do just like kill pain. So in that aspect, yes.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I have to walk back what I said because euthanasia would actually be the power button for the body. You're just turning it off.
You just turn it off, yeah.
So painkillers, hell yeah.
Absolutely. Painkillers are the body's mute option.
Or actually, would it be mute or would it be the pause button? I still think
mute
I
because
think
it
mute
like
works
gets
better
rid of all
because
the pain.
It doesn't freeze you. It just stops the noise, and for the body, noise is pain. So yeah, that's a damn good question. Good job, Skylar. Now you can have ice cream for dinner tonight. That was a good one.
Proud, son. Josh Treecottle at Joshua Tree 713 says 48 of the 50 states honor daylight savings time. Are the other two clock blocking?
I know Arizona's one. Who's the other one?
Hawaii. Robert, our research department.
Look,
Robert, you're supposed
I have
to
Google too.
I just honestly,
I expect you to have these stats, Robert.
You
You should know all stats at all times when we go to you.
honestly, this just seemed like a thing that Robert would know. In my head, anyway.
Actually, it's Mississippi.
yeah, it is Hawaii and Arizona.
I know.
Hawaii.
We didn't even need
Hawaii.
Google. Didn't even
Hawaii's
need
so far out of nowhere. They're just like, we don't need it.
Google. It's far
guessed,
out, bro.
I would have guessed it would have been Alaska too.
Yeah, Alaska could have been it as well.
Could have been, but like Hawaii does it because it's so isolated by itself, and Arizona does it because they're Arizona.
But Arizona's like right by a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's because it's Arizona. They're like, man, we don't want to do this. We're Arizona.
Right.
Like Alaska is like not that far. Like even the western edge is not that far off the coast of California. Like they're still in like the general up and down hemisphere.
Less than Arizona.
Arizona's just like one-eyed cocked to the middle while the other one is straightforward. Just we're Arizona. We do what we won't do.
This is how we go. We sign all the other football players from JJ Watt's draft class, and that's what we do.
So I would say one of them is clock blocking, while Hawaii is just like, dude, we're in the middle of the fucking ocean.
Right.
Like a big wave just wipes us out.
I like that. We were built on volcanoes.
We're built different.
Built different, bro. Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston says, what cartoon / animated character scared you as a child? The Crypt Keeper scared me, and Chucky. Fuck Chucky.
Bro, Troll from Ernest Scared Stupid. The Troll from Ernest Scared Stupid.
That's a good one.
Dude, that dude, like, it's the only recurring nightmare I've ever had of him chasing me. That's it. And like, I would be running through that town, and I couldn't outrun him. And that troll was just always just right there, getting closer and closer. And that thing was fucking scary. Looking back now, I love that movie. Fucking hilarious to watch. But at
the time, it was terrible.
As an 8-year-old, that fucked me up. Like Hocus Pocus didn't scare me. None of that. That fucking troll, man. Also, it made me hate Brussels sprouts for years, which kind of pisses me off because Brussels sprouts are delicious.
They are. They really are. I think like Jack Skeleton from Nightmare Before Christmas. I always got creeped out by that guy.
You were scared of him?
Yeah. It was like he should be scary and mean, but then he
dude,
sang to me, and that was almost
awesome.
creepier because I didn't expect him to do that.
I would have thought.
It's like it was like I was scared for like a different reason. Sometimes
what was his
the
name?
greatest fear
what
is
did they
the
call
unknown.
it? Was it the Sandman that was the bad guy in that one? The dude that was all zipped up. Can you hear me?
I don't know. I didn't watch.
I think I'm cutting it out.
Christmas. I did not watch it.
Man, that dude was creepy. The bad guy in the movie was creepy, but Jack was actually pretty cool.
I thought he was a bad guy for a long time.
Didn't watch it. What about you, Robert? What creeped you out as a kid? The New York Yankees.
That's actually pretty close. That's pretty close. I was gonna say the Bill from like I'm Just a Bill.
No.
I mean, now it's a nightmare because bills really are just the worst part of everybody's month.
Bullshit. That was funny. I want a real answer. What cartoon freaked you out as a kid?
I don't know. I don't really have a real answer. I don't think Chucky counts as a cartoon because she said animated. Does that count? Chucky's animated. I might go with Chucky too.
I would allow that. I'll allow that. Chucky was
the Crypt Keeper was also kind of like a puppet or like a costume.
Yeah. I think it fits the theme of what she's asking.
Mm-hmm. I go with
Like,
Chucky.
what were you like? What TV thing? I guess were you scared of?
Yeah,
Chucky.
Yeah, Casper.
Chucky was.
Casper.
He was
Casper
the friendly ghost.
The raid roaches. I didn't like those. Grade.
Ooh,
Man, those
that's a good
Mucinex,
one.
those Mucinex boogers really freaked me out.
I don't want to get stuck with those. It was a Tough Actington acting commercial. Remember where it was like, "Do you have
Steven.
athlete's foot?" And then it would just be like, "Yeah!" Like these like little animated dudes like jump on somebody's like toes, and it's like, "Ah, I don't want that. That sounds horrible."
The animated figure from the Head On commercials. It's like head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Oh yeah,
Head on.
yeah.
You know what didn't really scare me, but it always freaked me out. Alex, you remember you saw Beetlejuice, right?
Yes.
So you remember when they're dead and the dude like grabs his own nose and stretches out his face to make it that long cone? That was always creepy to me, but it never scared me. But that was fucking weird.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good like I said, it creeped me out. It wasn't weird, but that part of the movie, I basically watched the whole movie till they get to the scene where Beetlejuice was making them all sing and dance at the dinner party. That was a great scene.
So that was a good question, Danielle. That was a good question. Let us know what character scared all you guys at Pass UA Pod. All right, here we go. Kenya Valdez, Kenyatta Mandata, like the Police song. I think I nailed it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go with that.
Sure.
I think I nailed it.
Why not?
Kenya, let me know if I fucked it up again. It took us 8 years to get Stephanie Day Bao's name right, and we just now know how to pronounce it, but we choose not to.
I've had it right since the beginning. It's Day Bao.
Kenyatta Mandata, but Kenya, dare I say, maybe in the running for Passive Woman of the Year this year so far. She's been pretty fire with some of her submissions. And also answers question asker. But Kenya says, what happens in your head when you do 27 plus 48? My household is divided, and I'm wondering how y'all do it. So
I think she's asking for like the specific, like how your brain thinks it out. No, it's 75. But I think I see the 4-2 makes it 60 plus the 7-8 add 15, 75. That's not exactly how my brain thinks it out, but like, I think that's the easiest way to describe it. Like because when it's an easy enough number to add together,
the front two, yeah, and then you're like, okay,
it
I
looks
add
like,
one, and then whatever the ending number is.
60 plus whatever the remainders are, go for it. Like if it's harder than that, I always work back to front. But for a number like that, I guess I go 60 plus the rest.
I don't
is
know
75.
if we did that right. I liked the question. It seemed like it was going to throw us for loop. Robert, how do you do it?
For some reason, I go 25 plus 50, and then I just subtract 5.
You fucking Common Core asshole. Honestly, my children someday might have to be taken out of school if Common Core is still the teaching method, because I will refuse to do that. Like straight up refuse.
But I don't really know why I did it, because then later I'm like, oh wait, I know that
you already did the addition and subtraction from the two numbers to get to that to start. You added an extra step just to start from.
Yeah, I know. So like later afterwards, after I thought about it, I'm like, wait, I already know like 8 plus 7 is 5. So I could have just, done it easier that way instead of doing 25 plus 50 and then subtracting 5. I don't know. But that's how like I instinctively did it. And then I went back and like, why did I do it that way?
You know what? I don't know why. I just got angry again.
So can you please explain this to us? Because
I think we
I feel like whatever Pat and I said is the wrong way. Because Robert usually is right and we're wrong.
No, we are. No, she was asking how does our brain think about it to add those two together? But this just made me, once you said your explanation, Robert, it just made me mad, because it made me think of when I play Monopoly with people and they're like, I got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, it's 10 spaces. Just, where you are. Just, you're on the railroad. Add 5 and then jump 2 from there. Like, fucking go. This is why this game takes 9 hours every fucking time. Sorry. I know that's just me being fucking crazy. But just simple math makes my head fucking explode more than it should.
All right. It's a good question, Kenya. I hope
That's
we
a damn
answered
good
it
question.
right. Our next one is from Fernando Ramon at Only Big Fern, and he says, "What happens when anti-vax people take antacids?"
My brain just broke.
I don't. I don't really know what to say. I don't think I have an answer.
They don't. They're just pro. They're like, dude, I love that I have heartburn right now. This is dope.
I would
This is my
assume when they take
body's
antacids,
way-
they don't have heartburn.
This is my
I'd assume that's
body's
probably what
way
happens.
of just killing the acid in my stomach. Like, I have this heartburn, and now that I've had it,
But it's
I'm
not
immune
vax.
but I'm no, but this is their thinking. I have heartburn now, so now I'm immune to heartburn.
Do you think
Because I've
anti-vaxxers
had
are
it.
anti-vacuumers also?
Are they antibiotic? Are they
Maybe.
probiotic?
They're probiotic. Yeah, I think when you took probiotics and antibiotics, I think they cancel each other out. Is what one of our questions was.
Anti-vaxxers, they just eat
before.
a shit ton of yogurt that Jamie Lee Curtis tells them to eat. That's what they do.
And whatever Gwyneth Paltrow says.
Goop.
Steam clean your vagina. Don't.
Put an
Don't,
egg
though.
up there because Goop says so. Like, by the way, your company name is Goop. Get the fuck
Well,
out.
that's what happens when you put an egg up your vagina. It comes out as goop.
Your vagina smells like an egg. That's what happens.
You got egg gina at that point.
Yeah. Tell you what, you do a Kegel, you get some scrambled eggs.
Hey! Oh, hey! Anti-vax people taking antacids probably don't.
They probably don't
get
believe in them. They don't
heartburn.
believe in anything because they're fucking stupid people. That's what it is. They're just like, big pharma, antacid. Tums are bad for you. I don't know. They probably just have heartburn all the time, and that's why they're so pissed off.
I think, but if they take the antacid, they probably don't have heartburn. So that would be my plain and simple answer, I guess.
I guess that was they just stopped having heartburn. That's what happens.
All right, one final question from Matthew Jaramillo at TX Jalapeno 85. All right, dude, you ask us a lot of questions that are mostly just like opinion questions and like I'm gonna answer some of them, but like some of them are very specific opinion questions. So this is one that I thought like we can weigh in on here, but like that's why we don't get to all of yours, Matthew, because like it's like they're very specific, and I feel like not everybody relates to them. I love you for sending in your questions, so we appreciate you. But I'm just letting you know, like that's why some of yours haven't come up. But Matthew Jaramillo at TX Jalapeno 85 are one of our favorite Pastor Gravy firefighters. He says, "Should I switch to the iPhone 12 Pro Max or stay with Samsung and get the Note 20 Ultra?" And yes, I've been with Samsung since they first came out. It's always iPhone. Always go iPhone.
Here's what I will say.
Go
And
iPhone.
I feel like I have to preface this by saying I am someone that upgraded during the pandemic this year from an iPhone 6S to an iPhone 8. And only because my battery life was absolute garbage on that phone. I don't know anything about what the fuck I'm talking about,
But go iPhone.
but I do know that Samsung phones are, I guess, I don't know if you want to say statistically better is not the term, but engineeringly better. That's not the way to say it. But
iPhone.
they're better. They're better phones. But iPhone just is everything. iPhone's better. Everything it's better. No, I remember when I used to have an Android back in the day. And it was fucking perfect and amazing. I switched the iPhone. I was like, this is dumb. It sucks. And now I've just had it for 8 years, so I'm used to it. Bro, go with the Note 20 Ultra. I don't know what the fuck
Just
I'm
go with the
talking
iPhone.
about.
I would say go with the Note Ultra 2. What I heard,
iPhone.
It's a better phone.
what I've heard
They
is
can, dude, they can charge it without having to plug the bitch in.
You do that with the new iPhones, I think, too. So
what I heard,
for $1,500 for a new phone.
get the new iPhone.
Fuck
No.
you, iPhone.
goes.
I only have it because of a family plan. Sorry, let's let Robert go.
Stick with the Samsung. What I've heard is that the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it doesn't take advantage of its big screen. Like there's no, it's just big screen for having a big screen. At least with the Note, it comes with like a stylus that you can use. It actually uses the big screen. I would say stick with the Samsung.
Yeah, I would too.
All day, every day.
As somebody who's used iPhone for like I said, like 8 years now, stick with the better piece of equipment. It's a better piece of equipment. It's just this. That's why I don't get new iPhones. I'm not one of these people that's like every year I got to get the new one. Be like, well, you were still paying $20 a month for this phone. Yeah, but this one's newer. Yeah, but now you're paying $27 a month for this phone. And next year you're going to pay $30. You're just going to keep upgrading.
Yeah, but it's
never upgrade. Meanwhile, if you got a 3-year-old older phone for the Samsung, you would have all the functionality of the phone that will come out next year for the fucking iPhone. I don't care. The only good thing about the iPhone,
Apple all day.
The only good thing about the iPhone for me is the just iMessage group chat that I have. That's it. It makes it easier to send through text messages sometimes when there's no, like, because I'll try and text my buddy that has an Android a picture, and I'll text it also to my group chat. The group chat will go right through. To the guy that doesn't have it, 50% of the time it just doesn't go through, and that kind of sucks.
Superior in that
respect. I mean, because it uses Wi-Fi, I guess, instead of just, I don't know. iPhones suck. They kind of really do.
Don't say that, dude. iPhones are the shit.
I'll say it all fucking day. I don't give a shit.
You don't want to be a green bubble. Nobody wants you to be a green bubble, bro.
Green is the best color. Green bubbles. Bubbles are also green for Androids. That's another one. No, I'd rather be a green bubble. Honestly, like, it's a cooler color. Blue sucks. Green is awesome.
That's not true at all.
Really? Really?
We're agreeing to disagree on that.
Why is nobody drink? How come there's never a holiday for anyone to drink blue beer?
That's a good point.
Huh?
We get rid of all that green food coloring sometime.
Huh?
All right.
I'm sorry.
Good question, I guess.
Can you mix green with something to get blue? No, because green is on its dominant. Own, bro. Green is on its own, bro. Green is dominant over blue. You can mix blue with something, and you can evolve green. Like Pikachu is dope. Charmander is dope, but you want to get to Charizard. That's green.
All right, guys. Well, that was an interesting answers question and segment and whole podcast. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in to our Irish Cinco de Mayo episode. Time. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat DN. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Please give us a 5-star review wherever else you are listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you listen to podcasts. Please give us a 5-star review. Roast us in the comments. And as long as you give us the 5-star review, you are eligible for the Best Podcast Review Award at the end of the year. Also, we are going to be doing a live podcast, a live on the internet podcast. You can watch the podcast with us. Next Wednesday, March 24th, we're going to go live around 3 p.m. Central Time on our Facebook page and our Twitch account. The Twitch account, Pass Gary Pod, Facebook, Pass Gary Podcast. Just go follow it and put your notifications on for either of those so you can hop on. You can comment on us. You can comment along with the show. It'll be a super interactive show, and I'm really looking forward to it. We're celebrating our 400th motherfucking episode of this podcast that you guys listen to every single week. I love you guys. Thank you guys for helping us get to the point to where we're about to have our 400th episode. Have a good rest of your St. Patrick's Day if you're listening to this today, and if not, have a great St. Patrick's Day week. Wish me luck while I'm camping this weekend, and I hope all of your brackets are awesome. Does anybody else have anything?
Aaron Go Brog?
What?
I don't know. It's an Irish term I heard one time. Aaron Go Brog.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Go Brog.
You seemed like you were about to say something important, but
pass the gravy, you fucking cunts.
Oh, check out everybody else on our podcast network, Pass the Gravy Podcast Network. Robert Barbosa's Recent Study Suggests. You can listen to new episodes every Monday. Recent Study Pod on Twitter and on Instagram, and just Recent Study Suggests on Facebook. Listen to him and Sam talking about everything. They got superpowers this week. Disappointed but not surprised. Also on the podcast network, the Claire at Big Blue podcast every Tuesday. Myself, Mike Fish, we talk all things Giants and West Ham. We talked a bunch about wrestling this week. That was pretty fun. And then we got the Weekly D podcast and the Time Machine with Andrew Green. The Pass Gary Podcast Network always got stuff for you. So make sure if you're not listening to us, you're listening to one of our friends. You guys have a great rest of your week. And until we talk to you guys next time, Pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!